But anyway, long story short, I bought a bunch of stuff, but stole the pencils because I was like, these should be government issued for sure.
Oh, absolutely. You get 3 pencils a month.
Yeah, and then I went home and threw up out of anxiety and guilt.
And you thought the police are about to kick down your door?
I was like, they're all...
You fucking know you got them. And you're like, try and find the pencils amongst all my other pencils, motherfuckers. I mixed them in.
True, I should have just scrambled them in. And I was like, try and find it.
Just sharpen them at different lengths.
They're just like ripping out fingernails, like point them out.
Yeah, come on, take it. I'm a big Ticonderoga guy.
Yeah. I was like in the corner, like feeling like I was about to throw up, and I was like, it's fucked. My whole life is fucked from one mistake. That's it. Like, just on the subreddit, like, how do I know they're on my tail?
That's why you were on the illegal subreddit, not because you were trying to show off your haul.
No.
Oh, dude, I'm assuming that's what the subreddit's about. It's just people being like, look at what I stole.
It's people being like, here's an updated list of like every store security. Like Barnes & Noble, don't steal from. They're intense. Walgreens, also intense. Target is like the highest. They have like a wanted star system.
A friend of mine who we call Nick has stolen a loose $1,000 of shit from Target.
Maybe I'm not thinking of Target. There's like some that are just like 5-star, do not fuck around with these ones.
Target is not great. So basically, like, what Target does is that they allow you to steal until it's a felony.
Gotcha.
Like,
and then they're compiling a file.
Exactly. They compile a file on you until you hit, like, what is a felony in, like, the state you're in. But that's not true. Because I lived in Massachusetts, and a felony, like, shoplifting or larceny starts at $250 in Massachusetts. I'm way over that.
Yeah,
my friend Nick in Minecraft is way over that. My friend used to do this thing where he had a jacket with pockets on the inside, and it was a reversible jacket. So he had this bottle of whiskey he really liked.
Like a Columbine student.
Yeah, exactly. He had this bottle of whiskey he really liked, and it was a $70 bottle of whiskey, and Nick drank a lot back then. And so he was like, I can't afford this $70 bottle of whiskey, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my Jackie on. Even in the summer, I'll put my Jackie on, and I'm going to put the bottle. My friend Nick knew of a dead spot where there was no cameras. It was near the cat food section in the Fenway Target. I mean, I don't know why I know this much about my friend's endeavors. Anyways, when I would hit that dead spot, when Nick would hit that dead spot, he would put a little bottle in the Jackie on the inside pocket, and then he'd walk out.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a fun, non-incriminating story.
Come on. Oh, because Target's watching this, Dan. Come on. Yeah.
That's so funny.
And then my friend Nick would also sometimes put folding tables on the bottom row of the cart and then forget to scan them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been like...
Just steal from a place, man.
I've been steps away from the door and like realized I genuinely forgot to scan toilet paper on the bottom. And I'm like, you have a decision to make.
There's a moral crossing grounds here. Listen, my friend Nick hasn't stolen anything in years. This is just when Nick was really broke and in college.
Oh yeah, college is a great time to have your friend steal.
Yeah, just have your friend steal a thing in college.
Yeah.
But now, not worth it.
No.
Not worth it.
Because you have money.
Because I have money. There's
not worth the risk.
My friend Nick can't justify it anymore. Yeah. You know? But like, if it's a big box chain, who gives a shit? Don't steal from a small business. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's super fucked up.
But like Walmart, Target, steal from those places.
Walmart is a very low risk, according to the subreddit that my friend read.
My friend Nick also, back in the day when he used to want to drink, no, this was me. I know Walmart doesn't give a shit. This was me. Me and all my friends, when we wanted to drink back in the day, Walmart used to stack all the 30 racks at the front to be like, we got beer. And we'd be like, okay. So we would grab a cart from outside and we would just stack up as many 30 racks in a cart as we could. And then we'd just walk out.
Just leave.
And Walmart has a do not chase policy. Yeah. So the second you get outside, you're gone. And so what we would have a car, wait outside, and we would just like idle, and then one person would go in, our worst friend would go in, and he would stack all of our friends, like all the beer into our cart, and then we would just throw it in the car, and we'd have beer for weeks. It was fucking great.
You must have told this story before, because I vaguely remember hearing someone be like, yeah, I'll just put things in my cart and then leave, and there were no consequences.
Yes, well, there was, but only for the people. So we stopped because Walmart added a greeter, but then also we went one time and we saw a cop idling in the parking lot, and we were like, keep going. Yeah. But like the kids below us, because we would brag about how we got all this beer, and we were like juniors in high school, and they were like, shit, we should do that. And then they tried, and they all got arrested.
Nice.
Yeah, so fucking, you gotta know. Hey, listen, it's like robbing a bank. You gotta know when to get out.
You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to stop robbing a bank.
Exactly. You gotta know when to stop stealing all the sweet, sweet, warm Bud Lights.
I used to, my friend worked at Walmart, and he clued me in on this scam that I think doesn't work anymore, and is also shitty to other consumers.
Putting a little the grape sticker on your PS5.
A grape sticker?
Oh, people used to like switch like stickers, like put like a cheaper sticker on like an expensive thing and then go to self-checkout.
No, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, except for the fact that there's cameras everywhere and it's like very much fraud, but yeah.
That's fair. I also committed fraud. My friend would, allegedly.
Yeah. Friend Dan in Minecraft?
Yeah, my friend Dan in Minecraft, where when he was like 14, it is hard to say he.
Yeah, right?
When he was like,
it's like I'm trying to figure this pronoun thing out for myself. I mean, my friend. Fuck.
Yeah, when them were like 14, they would, their Xbox controller that wasn't working very well anymore, they'd clean it up and make it look all new, and they'd buy a new one, and they would put the old one in the box and then return it.
Nice.
And use like a hair dryer to like reseal the glue of the thing.
That's fucking intense, your friend Dan. Holy shit.
He was intense. It's also shitty to do. I like, now that
because somebody else ended up
somebody else gets fucked over.
Oh, that's a nuts. Yeah, you're right.
And now anytime I order from Amazon and I get a book that's just been like run over by a semi truck, I'm like, this is karma.
Yeah, full karmic cycle, baby.
Yeah, like, I deserve this. I'm not going to return it. I'm just going to like end the cycle.
I don't know if I ever did anything like that. My friend Nick ever did anything like that. Just booze and booze. Actually, it was mostly just booze. It was just
what a fucking trailer park.
Just a lot of booze. Just beer and whiskey my entire life.
You're so Bostonian.
I truly am.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I am where I come from. What I realized last week.
Yeah.
Now that we're done incriminating ourselves in the first 8 minutes of our podcast.
It's not hard to find.
Everywhere, all over. I bit my lip. Really bad, so it's like hard to like suck on things right now. Yeah, so you know,
sucks.
Yeah, it's not been great.
Go on.
I wanted to make a joke about the Menendez brothers, but
I was gonna be like, man, poor Dorothy.
Yeah, well, no, that was where I was going. But we've been watching a lot of Menendez brothers things right now. I was gonna make an oral massage joke, but it's probably not in good taste. Anyways, last week we didn't talk about Comicon.
I didn't go.
I know.
So,
but I went.
Yeah, how was it?
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that was
I would assume it to be pretty good.
Yeah, no, it was actually a lot of fun. So Danny didn't want to go because Danny doesn't like doing interviews because he's like, I hate anime fans.
I hardly like doing unscripted content with other people, aka anime IRL.
Yeah.
So doing that with random strangers also stresses me out. I like doing panels, weirdly enough. Okay. But I think it's because it's not a video.
Also because you're far away from everybody, so nobody can hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're over there. It's like the 3 foot of oak, like the bar rule.
After the I can fight 2 wolves and you and I are going to fight, I've become a high-risk target
you think
out in the wild.
I can be your protection.
Yeah?
I can be your bodyguard.
That's embarrassing.
Until you get bigger than me.
I was going to say that's embarrassing that my bodyguard is the one I'm trying to fight.
Hey, listen, that happens all the time, baby. Sparring partners in boxing end up becoming both world champions and they have to battle against each other.
Whoa.
That's going to be us.
That will be us. That'll be hype.
Gym.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Am I allowed to join it?
No.
Come on!
Don't train.
I want to train!
Me, Dorothy, and Sarah were all like, you shouldn't train.
It's so unfair.
I'm working towards you.
I guess. I don't want to lose weight. I love eating, man. I love just munching. Anyway, we were at Comicon, and so me, Chris, Steven, and Richard did a most overrated anime. You want to fix that for me? You're much closer.
Oh. I was like, what happened?
We did a most overrated anime like list where we made like a bunch of people made a tier list, which was a lot of fun. And we got this clip, man. There was this guy, and he looked exactly like the kind of guy who would do this kind of thing. And it was awesome. And he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna rank High School DxD," and we're like, "Oh my god, let's fucking go!" And he was like, "Guys, High School DxD is actually really good." And we're like, "Oh," and he was like, if you ignore the boobs, the plot's fantastic." And I was like, "Let's fucking like." It was just a lot of moments like that.
Yeah.
It was a great to reconvene with the anime community, and I can't believe you weren't there for it.
I would do something like that, like behind the camera. To be entirely honest, I just didn't want to go.
Yeah.
But
Well, Comic-Con's like, the thing is that Comic-Con in LA is like so much chiller than Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Because like comics are dying and anime is like king.
it's true. Yeah, that is fair. I mean, it's really just like, I'm so done with cons this year. Like 2025, I'll be back on the con grind.
Yeah.
This summer scorched me on cons. I can't imagine.
Like 4.
Yeah, well, we worked at like 4.
I worked at 1. How dare you?
I worked at 3. That's a lot to work at. I do not envy Michaela.
Yeah, well, that's why she's like, I'm gonna stop going to cons.
Yeah, it's intense.
She made her bag, and now she's like, no, I'm good. Oh, can I? Well, hold up. Can I bring a BTS person to capture photos and snaps of the shoot? Okay. But yeah, no, so that's like why Michaela's like,
That's the first clap of the pod, too.
Michaela's like, I'm done. Yeah, listen, apparently we're not editing our podcast anymore. We're just doing side-by-side panels, according to you.
I'm trying to get this shit done, and meanwhile, I get here early, and you're like, I gotta shower, I'm not ready.
Danny, you're never here early.
I came here on time.
You were 9 minutes early. Listen, Danny, when the entire body of evidence is that you're gonna be 45 minutes late, I'm moving, I didn't even eat.
I'm trying to make Monday mornings work.
Yeah?
Nick was like, Mondays don't work. We gotta do Saturday afternoon at earliest.
Yeah.
No.
So for Dandadan.
I can't do that.
Dandadan comes out on Thursdays. This is coming out Tuesday.
That's not my goddamn fault.
Oh, okay. Then we'll film on Fridays.
Well, I suggested that.
Because we're dropping Blue Lock.
Thank God.
Yeah, we're dropping. I mean, I'm watching TYBW.
You gotta pick up Daima. You bastard. You slippery bastard. We'll get into
I literally haven't seen Super, and I just like see the fucking thumbnail on Crunchyroll of like a baby Supreme Kai, and I'm like, I don't give a shit, Dan.
You know what's weird? It doesn't take place after Super. It takes place after Boo. So you have no excuse.
So it's Oob?
Is it
GT?
It's a replacement GT.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
It's canon. No.
Yeah.
Kids?
It's canon as far as anyone's concerned.
Okay, I mean, yeah, the guy who created it isn't alive to be like canon or not.
Well, but he made it.
Oh, he did? That
Yeah.
was his.
And then it killed him.
That was his departing message. Was make them babies.
Make 'em babies.
Oh fuck, man.
He was holding some executive's hand, and he was like, be careful of rabies.
Yeah.
And the executive was like, make them babies.
Make
and he
your
goes,
babies.
no. And the pillow just goes over his head.
Yeah, he was super passionate.
Yeah,
about
rabies killed him. He was talking about the rabies that killed him.
Yeah, he was the first guy to die of rabies in Japan ever.
Yeah, and he's like, make him baby. He wants some babies.
You know they don't have rabies in Japan. Like
no raccoons?
No, they just don't have rabies. Like rabies doesn't exist in Japan.
Because of no raccoons.
Well, because it's an island and they're really like on top of livestock coming in and out, but they don't have rabies there.
Wow, that's hype.
So you can get bit by anything. It's probably why Nausicaa's always getting bit by fucking animals, dude.
Yeah, Nausicaa's just taking it.
Doesn't give a shit. She's like, I don't get rabies. I don't care.
That's true. I love the idea of someone being like, going to Miyazaki and being like, she not worried about like diseases? And he's like, what are you talking about, disease? What, from getting bit by an animal? What do you mean?
Disease? I'll go get bit right now.
Okay, bring me an animal.
Right now.
Yeah.
Fucking munched on.
Miyazaki's just signing like autographs with one hand, getting bit by a badger with the other one.
Okay, so talk to me. If you guys haven't realized,
Ben.
yeah, talk to me. Yeah, on this podcast, talk to me. If you guys haven't realized, we have actually a lot to talk about this week. So we have Uzumaki, Blue Lock, Dandadan. I watched TYBW. There was the final episode of My Hero, and there was also Dragon Ball Daima. Only Danny watched Dragon Ball Daima because I physically could not will myself into it.
You're gonna watch
but
it.
But if you tell me that it's worth watching right now,
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
For this podcast, it's worth watching. Boom.
Why?
Because you made me watch Blue Lock.
Because like you didn't watch season 1 of Blue Lock?
I watched season 1 of Blue
There's
Lock.
a track record of you watching Blue Lock.
Well,
already.
that's fair. And also, every day I get closer and closer to reading Bleach.
Yeah.
Because boy, does that game look good, and boy, do you keep yapping about
It's
it.
so good, dude.
It's so edgy. It seems so cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
You always see so great. And then like Orihime's just like jiggling out of her fucking
People
TYBW
are
outfit.
well endowed. Speaking
Oh
of
my
which,
God.
there's a girl in Daima. Dragon Ball, not like usually a well endowed kind of show. The male,
You're right.
the men's boobs are usually significantly bigger.
larger than it's because the only women I can think of, Chi-Chi, Bulma, and then the one who sneezes and her Pepper? Launch.
Android 18,
Android 18 as well.
also not very well endowed.
No big boobs.
No.
Well, okay, here's my thing. It's probably because it comes from the 80s and the 90s. And back then, boobies weren't as big.
Yeah.
Like American
literally or
consumerism-
like
no, like in anime.
got you.
Like American consumerism had leaked into like ecchi. The genre of ecchi wasn't invented until like the late 90s.
Okay.
So like no, they just weren't like think about all the anime from that time. There's nobody just jiggling around.
I feel like Inuyasha was maybe a horny one. I don't know if that's true.
Inuyasha was horny for women.
Okay.
Like it was like Setsumara or Sesshomaru.
Yeah, but not
was,
big
obviously,
boobs.
Like every transient like kind of like crystal witchy girl is like, oh, I've seen Inuyasha.
Right.
You know, because like it was like, but not a big boob anime.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess
really-
nothing.
I like even like Yu Yu Hakusho. Like what I like about Yu Yu Hakusho, one of my favorite things about it is it existed in a time period, and I guess Togashi always kind of does this. Togashi never over sexualizes any of the women in his story, but like also like,
Just his boys.
oh, because of Hisoka being a pedophile. Yeah, you're right. Okay, immediate counterpoint. Counterpoint. But in Yu Yu Hakusho, all of the all of the people in the story who are like high schoolers look like high schoolers, and like that was a thing that we lost like somewhere in the late 90s, early 2000s, where it was like, oh, these like Momo and like the people from like class 1A. It's like they're drawn to look like they're like 25, 30, but like they're like 16. So you now have this like very conflicting, like also people who look older, drawn to look older, and people are like, oh, they're actual children. What I like about the early 90s and like early 2000s is that like people were drawn to look their ages, so we weren't like over sexualizing these minors.
Yeah. Even the One Piece manga, Nami's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Or like the anime kind of like did her up.
Yep.
And then the manga followed suit. Like
listen,
post time
Oda wants the fuck Nami.
Oda loves a gal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, because he literally married a Nami cosplayer.
Yeah, oh I know. I think I broke that news to you.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's fair.
But Daima has this girl who's just I don't fucking know. I don't know anyone's name in Daima.
Oh, is it not Goku?
Let me see. Goku's not the fucking
Is it
one
not-
with boobs.
Is it? Well, I know, but is it not about Goku?
Oh, it is. But I mean, I don't know any of the new characters.
Oh God, there is.
Daima girl.
Is it this one with the hair?
Yeah.
Is that not just like female Wiz? Or is she one of the Kais?
Whis.
Whis? Whatever.
I
haven't seen Super. What is this fucking character design?
Her boobs be jiggling. Dude, post Z. There hasn't been, other than Moro. Do you know Moro?
Fuck no.
Like, the character designs haven't been great post Z.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. This guy's sick as hell.
Yeah, he's rad. But, like, I don't...
Goat guy.
Little Goat guy. Moro's, like, legitimately a great character design.
Character design in Z is sick.
Yeah, it's so good.
All of the transformations for Frieza, Cell, Boo, dope.
Yeah, I agree.
All three of them, fantastic. Like even Z transformations, we've gone over this a million times. Like Z transformations are better.
Yeah.
Like it's like one Super Saiyan 1 and 2 are stupid. They're the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You literally can't tell them apart. 3's cool. And then like from super like non-Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan was also a cool transformation.
Well, Super Saiyan 2's funny because I feel like I could be entirely wrong. I feel like they never brought up Super Saiyan 2 until Super Saiyan 3 was a thing. Like, I remember, unless it's like Gohan, whose Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 look very different. Trunks' looks very different. Vegeta's doesn't. But, like, it wasn't until Goku's like, this is Super Saiyan. And then he's like, and this is Super Saiyan 2.
No, he's like, and this is what it is to go beyond a Super Saiyan.
And then he goes, and this is Super Saiyan 3. And everyone's like, 3?
Yeah.
Like,
the fuck did we get to 2?
the fuck was 2? Yeah. So
I like that Trunks gets like, he get like bulky, like for Super Saiyan 2, and then Vegeta kicks shit out of him, and he's like, you're too big.
Yeah, you're too big.
That's gonna be me to you in the ring when you hit 200 by the time of your lives.
I can't move.
We're just gonna do open weight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking great.
I'm so excited.
not.
But
I'm really not.
you should be.
I don't want to hit you.
Yeah?
I don't want to hit you.
You're not gonna get the chance.
I just don't want to hit you, Dan.
I'm gonna be so fast.
You're not gonna be fast. Like you don't realize like gaining. You're not gonna gain 40 pounds of muscle.
I'm gonna gain 40 pounds of speed.
Okay, you're also not gonna do that either. If you look like me,
Yeah.
by June, I'm gonna be baffled. Like I'm like I without steroids.
Look at me. Look how big I'm getting.
You're huge.
I'm getting big.
You're the biggest guy I've ever seen.
Thanks.
You're gigantic.
I'm bigger than I used to be.
I don't know if that's true. I
A
don't.
schmecking to go.
I don't observe your arms.
Well,
on a daily basis.
that's true. That one time I came in with oranges in my sleeves.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
didn't
Literally,
know.
like you smuggled fruits, and I had no idea. So tell me about Daima. What is it about? What's going on? Why should I watch it?
So the first 10 minutes, I'm so upset you didn't watch this because you would love to bitch about it.
Oh,
The first 10 minutes, and let me preface this by saying I'm a modern day Dragon Ball hater,
yeah,
past day Dragon Ball super fan.
gotcha.
So like, because I kind of hate
You're like
super.
a Rings of Power. You're like a Rings of Power hating Lord fan.
Exactly, because I love Z, loving Sparking Zero right now. I think Super's like half okay. Like at best, Super's okay. At worst, it's incredibly lazy.
Yeah.
Everyone's just changing colors. Did you see Frieza black? Frieza got another new form, and he's black and purple.
I liked Ultra Ego. I thought Ultra Ego was a cool idea.
Yeah, that's pretty okay. Gohan Beast, everyone was like, this is sick.
His hair, it's literally, it's
yeah.
just his hair gets like fucking Codename Kid next door. Like, it's the biggest hair has ever been.
It's just a bigger hair and red eyes. So I don't love Super anything that's like happened post Z really. But Daima, I was going in open-minded and I was like, I'll like this. I'll like anything that's good. I've been proven wrong before by things. The first 10 minutes is literally like a recap. It's that little goofy jester guy and a Kai from the demon world. They're like demon gods from the demon dimension.
Yeah.
And they're just watching a sizzle reel of every Dragon Ball Z event from the Buu saga.
Why?
It's just catching you up only on the Buu saga.
Why
though.
just the because that's where it starts is
Yeah.
the Buu saga? Okay.
So there, the little devil guy is like connected to Babidi, and he's like mad that Babidi is like released Majin Buu, and he's mad that Demon King Dabura like was defeated by Goku and this and that, and then he's like panicking after the Buu saga. He's like, oh my god, these Earthlings defeated Majin Buu, the universe's grand evil. They're coming here next. He has no evidence
To
for this.
the demon
To the
world.
demon
Gotcha,
world.
okay.
Yeah, he's like,
they're just
they're
being like,
coming-
you know what? We're on a roll here. Let's find some more evil to beat.
Yeah, he's like, they're coming here next. Here's what I gotta do. I gotta go to Earth. I gotta find Earth's Dragon Balls. He does this lickety split.
Yeah.
Goes to Earth, finds a Dragon Ball, summons Shenron, and then is like,
Make them babies?
yeah, he goes make them babies. And then Shenron goes, what about the ones that are already babies? He goes, make them kids. And he's like, what about the ones that are already kids, like Trunks and Goten?
Yeah.
And he's like, make those ones babies.
Okay, so everyone's the same age.
Everyone's, all the adults are children.
Uh-huh.
Trunks and Goten are babies.
Gotcha.
So they're out of commission. Toriyama fucking hates
Trunks
Goten.
and Goten. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why he constantly makes him one character. He's so annoyed he made two.
Yeah, like he's like, I don't like he's like Trunks is like a slightly interesting concept only as an adult. Like high school Trunks, like high school Goten are like not even in Super from what I know in Super.
Yeah.
And then like even Gotenks was like relevant for a couple of episodes and that was it.
Yeah. He hates them.
Yeah.
So they're out of the way. And it's also silly because Piccolo's a kid.
Okay.
But if you'll recall, Namekians are never... Well, but then what's his face?
The one that's on the
one
that
Kami.
heals.
Yeah, Dende.
Yeah.
So I guess they retconned it so that there are Namekian children. So I was gonna be like, Piccolo came out of an egg as a full-grown man.
Yeah, he wasn't as he's definitely grown a little bit. But
Yeah. But like, so he was never a child.
No.
But now he's a kid.
But now he's a baby.
But it's also like, it's just funny because Toriyama has so many characters that he's like, kind of regrets having ever made.
Yep.
Like Tien, like Yamcha,
Like Yajirobe,
Yajirobe, Goten.
Yep.
And they're all still just around.
Yep.
Like, fucking be like, I wish, make Goku and Vegeta kids, kill everybody else. Just kill them.
Yeah. or just like wish. I guess you can't kill people that are stronger than Shenron, right? So
Yeah.
you can just like the only option is to make them kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like get rid of the weak Z fighters. I don't fucking hey Shenron, which of the Z fighters are you stronger than?
Yeah.
Get rid of those ones.
It's just tough because it's just Toriyama's like fumbling power scaling.
Yeah.
Because I always loved Tien. I'd love it if Tien was keeping up.
Yeah.
But
Tien's got a really interesting character design. I love his little. I do.
His tri-beam?
I hate though that it comes out as a square.
Yeah.
He shoots a triangle. It comes out as a square. That's always upset me.
Call it quad beam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't really. Oh fuck yeah! No, that'd be hard too.
Yeah.
Quad beam. Tri-beam sounds better.
I'd love if he sets up a tri-beam and then starts doing this, and the guy's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
This is to go beyond the triangle. This is a square.
Grows a fourth eye.
Yeah, you see Cell actually starting to get hurt.
Yeah, but like, I just wish he like did something to make them all keep up. Like, and it'd be more interesting because it's like, oh, Goku genetically is just stronger than everyone.
Yeah.
Tien's the Rock Lee of the universe where he's just fucking trained harder.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it's like, okay, but he's like still barely keep like, it's like the same, it suffers from Naruto syndrome where it's like, oh, look at these really cool 12 characters.
Yeah.
And from like the Konoha 12. And then it's like, ooh, we do not have enough time to make all these characters interesting.
Yeah.
And so he's like, we're going to choose Naruto, Sasuke, and Shikamaru. And those are our three. And like for Dragon Ball, it's Vegeta, Goku, and Piccolo.
Like hardly
And like
Piccolo.
hardly even Piccolo.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, no, but so everything I described to you was the entire episode.
That's it.
The first 10 minutes is recapping the Buu Saga. Like literally they're watching old clips of the Buu Saga. And then the next 10 minutes are the little demon guy convincing his friend to go to Earth, do the Dragon Balls. They do the Dragon Balls. Episode ends. Everyone's kids. Wow. And you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I like.
It's so hot right now.
You have to realize just like how little I enjoy Dragon Ball content
Dragon
nowadays.
Ball's so hot right now. It'll be so fun if we both bitch about it.
Is hot right now.
And Daima will be hot.
I don't think it will.
You know what's funny? They don't have an English voice actor for Goku Daima. Like, it's not dubbed. The show is
Okay,
dubbed.
gotcha.
And Goku Daima is in Sparking Zero, and he only speaks Japanese.
That's so funny. They literally give so few shits.
It's like just not cast.
It hasn't been cast yet. That's awesome. Give me more of that. Fine, I'll watch it. But only because, my God, do I... You know what? Actually, no. You know Dragon Ball Daima is not hot right now at all.
No?
Let me read off to some other anime that people are more excited for than Dragon Ball Daima according to my anime list.
Okay.
Kimi wa Maido-sama, which is the first season of something. And then there's Sword Art Online.
Wait, that's number one? What is that?
No. Dragon Ball Daima is, from my counting... 13th on the list of seasonal anime being released this season. So there's Kimi wa Maido-sama, which I don't know what it is, but there's 60,000 people waiting to watch that. Gun Gale Alternative Season 2 has more people waiting to watch it. Shangri-La Frontier Season 2 has more people waiting to watch it. Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 5. Ano Hako, another romance anime. More people.
Like Ano Hakutua, huh?
Yeah. She ain't got the Hakutua, I won't talk to her. Arafuda, the another just completely garbage isekai. More people excited for. Sirei Gensoki 2, another garbage isekai by the looks of it. People more excited for. The top 5 anime are Bleach, Blue Lock, Uzumaki, ReZero, and then Dandadan. In that order, from 5 to 1.
Well, in my defense, I would say I enjoyed Daima way more than I enjoyed this episode of Blue Lock.
Yeah. It's bad. It's fucking, like, it's bad. Like, was it always this bad?
You texted us and you were like, wow, Blue Lock's animation has gone downhill.
I genuinely don't know because like we all watched season 1, right?
Yeah.
We all watched season 1, and then we're like, what? I think like we got caught up in the hype. We're like, oh, it's such a cool concept. Oh, I love all these characters. I love Chigiri. I love the way that everybody's like interacting with each other. All these boys are gonna kiss, kind of thing. And I remember from our reaction to season 1 that we're like, anytime we saw like them all running, it was like pretty bad CGI. I remember that. It was like pretty bad CGI. But then post season 1 getting released, everybody was like, season 1 looked awful. And I was like, did it? And then retrospectively, I feel like I looked back at it and I was like, it didn't look as good as I remember. And then they dropped that trailer and everyone was like, oh my God, the trailer looks awful. And now I feel like the glass has been broken where I'm like, Has it always been this bad and I just didn't see it?
Well, it's interesting because while I was watching Blue Lock, you kept bringing up like the bad CGI and the animation.
Yeah.
And I was always like a huge Blue Lock defender because I was like, Nick's being dramatic. Like, I love the way this show looks. It's so clever and like, because it's soccer. So it's impressive that like how many hoops are going through to like keep it entertaining visually.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I read your text and I was like, Nick's fucking flying off the handle again, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I watched the episode, like, so ready to compile a case against you. And I was like, there are no moving images.
It's not animation. It's not bad animation because it's simply not animation. It's a colored manga.
Yeah.
It's a manga with voice acting.
It's crazy how little they're moving. It was like, it gave me like, you know that feeling? I don't know if this is like an ADHD thing or anything, or like if you experience this. Have you ever had that like toddler level frustration where you're kind of like in a sweater or like stuck in something? You're like, all right, let me get this off. And then you can't get it off.
Yeah.
And you start getting frustrated and you're like freaking out kind of.
It's the seatbelt thing.
It's like, yeah.
It's like when the seatbelt keeps locking, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. I started to like feel the onset of that while watching this, where I'm like, dude, someone has to move.
Yeah.
Like this needs to show me 5 seconds of like consistent movement, or I'm actually going to have a panic attack.
Yeah,
Like,
it was literally just like, and it's not only like, it's like they pass, and then it's like a reaction shot that's a still frame, and then they score, right?
Yeah.
And the scoring, like the fucking scoring
Yeah.
isn't even, you don't see the ball moving. You
Yeah.
just see the ball in the net.
Yeah.
They didn't show, like, if you're ever going to display fucking, like, the way Kuroko no Basket did such a good job at displaying movement, right? It was
okay,
like,
I don't know.
it's a basketball anime.
Yeah.
And the entire thing is like they're dribbling super fast, they're passing, and like the ball movement is what is like the entire anime is built around the ball, and that's where it's supposed to be because the ball is the fucking point of the game.
Right.
And this was, you don't even see the shot, you literally just see like you see a still frame of the arc of the shot and it in the back of the goal.
Yeah.
Does Bandai not have money?
It's so weird.
Does the #1 toy manufacturer on fucking Earth not have money?
That's what I hate about Bandai is that like right now Sparking Zero's doing really well. Daima came out and I'm like, oh, Dragon Ball might be back. Like maybe Sparking Zero will mean we get like higher budget Dragon Ball shit in the future. And it just won't. They just like, if something does well, Bandai's just like, sick, that's a lot of free money. Why up the value if like we can just get more money next season?
I literally like want to sit Bandai down and be like, what do you do well? What do they do well? It's not games.
They just snag IP.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like they made Storm 4, they made all the Storm games, which were just hollow copies of each other. And then because of Storm, they set the fucking precedent for all anime games in the existence of anime games that everything has to look like fucking Storm.
Yeah.
And so now everything is like, there's the Demon Slayer game, there's the JJK game, there's this like the fucking Bleach game, and all of them are just 1v1 arena platform fighters, and that's it.
Yeah. No, it's like, it's funny because speaking of video games, this is episode 2 of season 2 of Blue Lock. It feels like a cutscene of an anime game where they just have like still images of characters moving slightly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People
like,
said it felt like a trailer for a webtoon.
Yes. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's like general reception
Awful.
of it? Yeah.
Everyone is fucking pissed about it.
Dude, well, we talked too, and we were both like, I couldn't tell you what even happens plot-wise.
It's just like the top, it's like Team A and Team B are playing against each other, and Isagi's got some fucking nobodies on his team.
Yeah.
And there's the blue-haired one whose ability is probably copy. There was a moment where Rin Itoshi was talking, and they didn't animate his mouth.
Yeah.
They didn't, like, he's just standing there talking, and it's a still frame, and they did not animate his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I wrote, people just be saying shit, huh?
Yeah.
And there was one bit where a dude stole a ball from another guy, and he goes, license and registration.
Yeah, he's like, stop, license, right? Like, what?
Whatever.
And everyone was memeing on the pink-haired dude doing the fucking, like, face scratchy thing. That was the only animation we got the entire... You know what they did? They stopped doing, and this is, like, it's kind of surprising that Bandai realized that like they were doing something wrong with season 1. They now they don't animate full bodies running down the field. They only animate the legs.
Yeah.
Did you realize that? Anytime they do the CG moments, it's only the legs, which doesn't look as bad, but it's not addressing it's so crazy to me because they tried to address the issue of like, oh, our CG didn't look good when people were running down the field. Let's now not like, because like it looks uncanny valley seeing somebody running in CG and like not enough frames per second. So let's just focus on their legs. And it's like, no, that's not what we're asking. We're asking put more money into the project and make it look fluid and good.
Yeah. I know. It's just like, they just had a movie too. It's like, it sucks that like, as far as a lot of Japanese media is concerned, more success will not always equal higher production value.
No. God, no.
Only Demon Slayer, for some reason, only Demon Slayer is like, oh, people like this, we're going to put more money in it, and JJK.
Yeah.
But like, Attack on Titan got cheaper, season 4.
Which was I will never understand that decision. They were like, oh, Wit's too expensive. It's like, Wit's been doing the show until now. Like, you're the most popular anime on Earth. What do your dividends have to look like?
Yeah. Dragon Ball is constantly, like, putting out rubbish. Like, they did the latest movie was CG.
Well, the latest movie got stolen.
Yeah, I think it was that.
Yeah, it was like the latest movie got stolen. They were like, they were like, hey, $5 million and we'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
Or make the entire thing CG in 3 months.
That's right. I did forget about that. Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
I will say, I just want to double back on Daima real quick, because I forgot to mention this, and I feel bad. The animation, at the very end, they do, like, Goku and Vegeta, they do just a classic boring, like, all right, Vegeta, I'm done eating. Let's go train. And they go fight in the sky for a bit.
Yeah.
And it's well animated, which is
good.
So yeah, it's like, it's animated like DBS Broly, which is interesting.
Interesting.
It's like, it looks more like that art style wise than Super.
That's good, because Super's too clean.
It's really clean.
It's like, it's like, oh, I don't, something about the way that Super, like, I'm just like, I want like shading. I want like the grungy black, like dark shading of like Z. And it's just like, it looks so polished and gross. Like, I don't know.
So anyway, Blue Lock, yeah. Are you going to watch the next episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to.
I'll check it out. I think next one needs to win me over.
If it does this 3 episodes in a row, I'm dropping it.
Yeah.
I've established through this podcast that I am super willing to give up on anime. I am so willing to give up on anime because like there's good, like I'm at episode 1070. I just got to Gear 5 in One Piece. Like I'm on episode
let's
10,
go.
I'm on 1073 right now. The way I'll give up on a fucking anime to go watch One Piece, like immediately. Like Wano's a fucking masterpiece post 1000, and my God, am I so willing to give up.
You gotta let me know. I keep bringing this up like every other week. Let me know when you get to like 11, 12 or something, when like what I've been calling melanated Luffy shows up. There's someone who's very Luffy looking, and they're tan skinned. Yeah. And they're cooking.
I think it's a Lunarian.
The animation goes crazy in the clips I've seen.
Yeah, so huge. Actually, we'll get to it. The news that Stank texted us at the end of the podcast here, but big One Piece news coming up.
But anyway, last thing on Blue Lock though, like.
Oh, I got a couple more things on.
Oh, go on.
I said, who is this full-grown black man, and why does the Japanese guy have dreads? That was like, they were just like, oh, here's our team, and it was like two 40-year-old men on the other team, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking Japanese U20 over here. And then I said, this show is a soccer dating sim, because it would just see Sagi being like, wow, these guys are different. Everybody else has been. I'm like, people are going to draw you kissing. Already. They already drawing you kissing.
I do like Blue Lock's character designs, more or less. I like the dude with like the pinkish hair. He looks like a popsicle.
Yeah.
That's it. I guess.
The other guy, the guy who's on Team B, the guy with like the Tokoyami hair, he looks like Tokoyami to me too much. Like he like genuinely like, that's Tokoyami. What is he doing here?
There was this one guy with orange hair I used to call Buff Ichigo.
Nice, yeah.
He looked too much like
Kunigami.
Ichigo. Yeah, he's gone, huh? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, he got fucking, they just like, he disappeared and like everyone was like, I guess he's gone now.
I love your note. Did I need to watch the movie?
Yeah, I genuinely, because I did not remember him getting eliminated. All right. What do we want to talk about next?
Well, I was just going to say with Blue Lock, like the reason I feel like we could justify dropping it if the next episode is like this is because all we really talked about was how bad the animation is.
Yeah.
And that's going to get so old for like 12 episodes.
What the fuck else am I supposed to talk about? Oh, like,
Yeah.
cool. 4 guys scored goals.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's a tough one to cover weekly.
Yeah, that's genuinely very like it's just like, oh hey, the guys who you expected to score goals scored goals, and Isagi was like, I need to be the piece.
Yeah.
Asagi did the thing where a puzzle piece appeared, and it was it was the only part of the show that was fucking animated.
Yeah.
Is the fucking floating puzzle piece, like a piece trying to be like, I'm piece 1000 in this 1000 piece puzzle.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Nothing's good anymore.
Nothing's good anymore.
Should we talk about My Hero or Uzumaki?
No, I don't want to talk about My Hero until the end because it is the only thing that was good.
Okay.
Like it was like that's like I don't understand what's going on in anime right now where Bones is the only fucking production studio putting money into their IP.
Yeah.
Oh, Uzumaki, let's talk about it.
Okay. Which one is this? Explain. Yeah, look at you. That's a Sailor Moon?
It's Sailor Uranus. No, Sailor Mars, I'm sorry.
Explain to the audio.
I'm wearing my tattoo artist runs a merch company called Corpse House, and this is Azami. It's the spiral in Azami's face, but it's in Sailor Mars's face. It's fucking great. It's like one of my favorite t-shirts. Anyways, Uzumaki, first note, the animation isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Couple minutes later, never mind. Never mind. The animation wasn't as bad in this episode as I would say the animation isn't as bad in this episode as episode 2.
I would agree with that.
But it's not great.
No.
It's not great.
It's not as good as episode 1.
And I'm going to say it. I think it being black and white is like not only like an artistic choice to make it look more like the manga, but also makes how bad the like animation is less noticeable.
You would think with the time they saved and not coloring anything,
they could have animated it. Yeah, maybe, right?
Like, I don't know what went on behind the scenes. We talked about it last week, but like the executive producer went on Twitter and was like, we got fucked over. I can't explain like what exactly happened, but yeah, not our fault, and we wish it didn't look like this.
Yeah.
So us bitching about the animation isn't like bitching.
Yeah.
It's
somebody fucked like over the team at Max, and that's like why it's not animated as well.
But yeah, explain to people like what the spooks were of this one.
Oh, okay. This was the episode of boy, I forgot that was in Uzumaki. This was like I'm just gonna go through my notes.
Yeah.
Here. So my first note was Jesus Christ, Kyrie, do something, because she's just watching a dude get fucking milked by a pregnant woman, and she's just standing there as this guy gets his carotid drilled into. Where are all the pregnant women getting these drills? Where are they getting them?
He's just like, Kyrie, do something.
And she's like, ooh, I gotta focus on not getting strangled by my hair.
Yeah.
I just love going through my notes because I make so many. This was like a half-hour episode. It was a really long episode. I love going through my notes because this show is such nonsense and I love it so much. Okay, then I said, okay, maybe the animation is bad. And I said, there's dead people everywhere and they've been drained of blood. Believe Kyrie. Kyrie's like, hey, the pregnant women who all brought drills in, mind you. She was like, oh, here's my friend who brought in a hand drill that was wrapped up and nobody was like, oh, she was like, put it on the table. And every single pregnant woman came in with the same thing. And meanwhile, the doctors are like, you're being weird. You're being crazy, you dumb bitch. And I was like, no, they're going around milking people. There's dead bodies everywhere. They have holes punched in their carotids. Like, let's connect some theories here.
Yeah, I also had a note that was like, I didn't write it down, but I took a mental note, and it was like, hey, people are turning into snails left, right, and center. Like, who are you to tell someone they're crazy?
Yeah, like, who are you? Yeah, there's two people, there's two children that just mated as snail people and made eggs, and their teacher stomped them and was also turned into a snail person. But we can believe that pregnant women are drinking blood.
I know. I would believe literally anything. This is the worst fucking month in Japan's history.
Oh, especially like the personal attack fucking like tsunami. Yeah, or fucking what's it called? Tropical storm or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I said, boy, oh boy, did I forget about the baby mushrooms. Yeah, that's just...
Dude, that's the entire second half of Uzumaki is being like, I forgot this was in Uzumaki.
Yeah. It's just like, I like to think that somewhere when like Junji Ito was writing this, he was like, I'm just going to find every instance of a spiral of all time and make it spooky as hell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, how did we get from mosquitoes swarm in spirals to pregnant women are now having placebo, like placenta eating babies?
Yeah. Uzumaki's just too long.
It's great. How dare it's such a fun watch. How dare you?
I'm not talking about like, it's not negatively. I just mean like the manga, you get halfway through and you're like, man, this guy's cooking. This is all like, he's coming up with so many great spiral themed ideas. Second half, you're like, this is a stretch.
Yeah, like there's a lot. We've gotten deep on the spiral. We're reaching to the bottom of our bag.
We're deep. The spectrum has coiled. We're on such a spiral spectrum.
That being said, though, like his mom, like you know what it is? You know what Uzumaki is? It's the Terrifier of like horror manga.
Oh, where it's just gross out and like
it's just gore for the sake of gore.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just people having the worst day ever.
That's why you watch or read it, not because it's like particularly well written.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, what, like every time you turn a page, you're 80% guaranteed something horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the woman getting the baby sealed back inside of her.
Yeah.
And then like all the babies talking to each other and be like, I miss the warm place. And it's like, you know what, man? I wouldn't mind going back in my mom's belly. You know, just like take a month off. Just head back into the placenta here.
Take a month off, bring my iPad, get some work done.
Dude, the way I would dude, I'd rewatch One Piece or something. It'd be great.
Yeah.
And then we immediately got to Kyrie moving into like the row house. And then there's the barnacles thing, which I don't necessarily understand. Like the guy just like grows barnacles from watching people.
Yeah, it's not really, that's what I mean. We start to lose the spiral gimmick.
Yeah.
Like,
and then I said, do you think there's some people in the village who just aren't affected? Like obviously we're focusing on Kyrie. Everything is like focused on Kyrie. Like there's like people like who are like watching Kyrie, like the monster and the guy living next to her. The entire fucking storm's chasing her. Do you think there's people who are just being like 2 months down the line when all this blows over and they're just hearing the stories about this and like, what the fuck are you talking? What do you mean? What do you mean a guy grew? There was pregnant women milking people? Like,
snails.
What was I doing? Like, I wish there was a guy who was just like, man, I was just like really into Elden Ring that month. And like, what are you talking about?
Or should they just cut to like a slice of life episode where nothing spooky happens?
Yeah.
And then just at one point in the background, you see Kyrie like run past through a window with her hair attacking her. Like, do you think it's that?
There's a couple like hanging out on the beach, and there's like splashing in the water as the two kids like coiled together. Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah, it just like slithers into the ocean like so fast. You're like, was that those people?
Yeah, you're like, no, it's fine, it's fine.
But do you think it's that some people aren't affected, or everyone gets a turn? It just goes through like everybody.
There's like
just in the way.
I don't love the idea of like the people in the beginning getting like the mainstream spirals, and then like at the end you're getting the fucking like the barnacle people, and it's like, hey man, sorry, we're on our 8th goose today. There's a I don't know, fingertips. Yeah, let's go with your fingertips here. You're like, okay, take them, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, I liked Uzumaki most. What's your favorite spook so far out of all of them?
The mom stabbing her ears is fucking metal as hell. That's the one. It's like because there's the build up to it of like, oh, is she gonna find out about the stabbing in her ears? And then they show her dad like in the like her dad's like coiled up in her ears. I also hate centipedes. Yeah. Oh, I hate centipedes, dude. Her like ripping one out of her ear, terrifying.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree. The mom stuff's the best, and it starts like. It's the best even in episode 1. Like, her cutting her fingertips off is the best bit.
Yeah.
Like, the girl with the eyeball is a pretty good bit, but it also is, like, such a random...
It's kind of out of nowhere. She's like, oh, it's a birthmark, and then it's like, this birthmark has nothing to do with spirals.
Yeah, and then it eats her.
Yeah.
You know,
and
like...
somebody else.
Yeah.
Right, time out. Pause. I have to fix something. I don't think so. All right, where were we? Oh, Uzumaki.
Oh, yeah.
We're good. Oh, Yamaguchi. Just like coming out of nowhere, like reviving as a Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Like having the car suspension in his spine.
I love the Jack in the Box bit.
I love Yamaguchi, just period. I love him. He's my favorite character. I just love the whole boo. I'm in love with you. Yeah. That's great. That's as good as it gets. It speaks to how well Junji Ito is able to write a character. Yeah. That's the perfect bit.
That's as good as it gets.
But I said Yamaguchi, even in death, not coming at the right time. Just like even in death, man, like fucking find a spot.
Even in death, running a bit.
Yep.
You know, died the way he lived.
God, man, if somebody made me into a Jack in the Box after I was dead, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's how you want to go.
To be perfectly preserved or something like as a bit.
Yeah.
Like I want to be like, oh man, like Joseph Stalin is in like a casket in a Russian museum.
Sure.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, Stalin's body is just on display in a museum. Yeah. And so that's what I want. I want to be displayed somewhere.
I want to
fired into space.
When you die, on Halloween, I'll display your skeleton.
Nice. I'll take that.
And I'll be like, that's Nick.
Yeah. I mean, bold of you to assume you're going to outlive me, but okay.
After this fight.
Oh, so yeah,
Yeah.
you'll have fucking 50. That'd be
July,
wild.
October 2025, I'll display your skeleton.
Yeah, you're just like, it's like, you kill me in the ring and then you start taking my body. And it was like, I think that was premeditated. Like, I think he had knives in his gloves.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about.
Dandadan or.
Yeah, let's talk about.
Dandadan.
Let's talk about Dandadan.
Okay. What do you think? You gave a big sigh, so I'm curious. What? What?
You go first.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
What?
You go first. I didn't like how CG the Flatwoods monster was.
I knew you would be like this.
If you're gonna go that hard on animation in episode 1, don't take the like. It's a really good fight in the manga. It's a really cool fight in the manga. And I just didn't like how CG the Flatwoods monster was.
I thought it was like okay CGI.
It was fine.
I thought it was above okay CGI. Like it didn't rip me out.
It wasn't Demon Slayer CGI, but it wasn't
Right.
Uzumaki CGI.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't
I
bad.
don't know. This whole week was just like first episode. Like recently, it was like first episode really good, and then second episode we're gonna take the foot off the gas immediately. And I'm just like, just stop playing with me, man.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it helps that I've never read Dandadan.
I love the manga.
So I was still wrapped into like, all the like it's really fun. It's a weirdly fun anime.
That's the entire reason to read it, is that it's like a fucking great read. Like it's just like it'll make you giggle.
I still thought the animation was good. I don't like his form. I don't like
You
it.
don't like his form?
It's worse than Turbo Granny.
No.
When she just fully takes over.
That's objectively incorrect.
That's not. He looks like Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
With his huge teeth?
With his huge
He looks
teeth
like
and his
Toga.
glasses.
The closest I'll give you is Toga.
Look up Eustace.
Look at the Flatwoods monster in the manga.
Yeah. I've seen it. It looked like that.
I don't know.
It does. It's very berserk looking.
That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
it's just like you don't. All right, look at this form. You're telling me you don't like this?
It's more. He looks like Eustace.
Eustace
Eustace.
from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah. Dude, tell me that's not him.
No.
Look at that.
How is that? He doesn't. You know the thing about Eustace? He doesn't have teeth. He doesn't actually have teeth.
If you replace that jawline with teeth, he looks like him.
That is
and then, do you remember Eustace's big Ooga Booga mask? That's Turbo Granny.
That's honestly now you're starting to make some points. I hate to admit it, but now you are starting to make some points.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
So you're telling me you're the only person on the internet who doesn't like his form. I fucking love his form.
It's not that I don't like it. It's that it's not as good as Turbo Granny.
That's not true. The wooden mask doesn't look good.
It looks so cool. And it's so...
I like that his hair gets all white and like flamey, and then he gets this huge teeth mask. And he's always using his teeth, Dan. That's the thing.
It's not a bad form. It's just Turbo Granny's so cool because it's so rickety. I love the sounds it makes. I love that it's like, it has this like supernatural, like otherworldly chaos about it. Like it's so chaotic.
Yeah.
And it like shows up, it comes out of a cell phone, it's biting a dick.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's trying to gobble on some snobs.
It's so sick. I love, because it's so different from any other like shonen form.
I guess.
Because it's chaotic and because it's like horrifying. And then his form is just like, it's like a Devilman Crybaby. It's like a Bleach form.
I'm giving you the fact it's Toga.
Yeah, it's Toga.
It's Toga or it's Deku. Like it's a mix between it's Toga and Deku at a child.
Yeah.
Like it's like Deku when he wears his mask. And then like Toga's like teeth scarf thing.
Yeah.
But it's sick. It's like literally my favorite form in manga. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's not sick. It's cool.
Sick.
I like how they did, it's in black and white and red highlights. That's cool.
Yep.
How do you feel about the way he talks?
I love that he gets sad. I love that he gets sad. It's just like they never really explain the bit. It's just like the overwhelming presence of Turbo Granny just makes him sad or something. Like it's just like because he's cursed or something. Like he just like hates everything.
Yeah.
But I love it. He also hits a what a drag.
Yeah.
He hit a what a drag so good, mind you, that I thought it was Shikamaru's voice actor, and it wasn't.
He talks like a depressed Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah.
Like he's like, guess we gotta hit this up, yo.
Yeah.
He talks in such weird lingo.
He says I'm depressed AF. He throws an AF in dub, and I was like, let's fucking go.
It's like I'm depressed AF, yo.
That's the thing is you got to realize is like Dandadan, and this is something you're going to realize over time is like kind of Gen Z coded.
Yeah.
Like I think the mangaka
brain rot.
No, I think the mangaka is kind of young
Yeah.
because like a lot of like at least like when it comes down to like at least the English translation has like a lot of like slang.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like jargon that like young people use.
Well, it's interesting because like people are starting to find Gen Z slang. Are we Gen Z? What are we? Millennial?
I'm the last year of Gen Z. I'm 96, but people do sometimes consider me millennial.
Let's go.
I'm old. Gen Z is also getting old.
Yeah. Well, like what's like
Gen Alpha.
Zoomers?
Oh, what? What do
Like
you mean?
Zoomers, you know?
What do you mean? Like it's Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah.
But people call it like boomers and Zoomers, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it technically
Yeah.
goes boomers, Gen X, millennials,
Gotcha.
Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
Well, so people are starting to find like Gen Alpha and Gen Z lingo like in anime, and they don't like it. And I think
I
people
don't mind it.
Well, I think people are misinterpreting it as, oh, this is a bunch of out of touch adults trying to sound hip.
No, I think mangakas are just getting younger.
Yeah, it's just young people like
Yeah.
starting to, because did you see Trunks says no cap in Sparking Zero?
No way.
That's a little egregious. So if you fight like,
But that's not a young mangaka. That is literally just like
exactly.
the ghost of Akira Toriyama being fucking like sacrilege.
yeah, being like skibbity.
Is Skibbity. The kids are gonna love it. Say Skibbity.
It's on his deathbed, like, put skibbity in the game. Goten says skibbity. But,
Oh, it's so fucking. Oh, that'd be great, dude.
Goten has to riz up.
Yeah, guys, make Trunks say mewing. Make Trunks say, how do I got this shit? Is go beyond mewing.
Goku knows the Rizzler.
Yeah.
Goku knows the Rizzler. Goku fights the Rizzler. His power
And they're
level.
like, you know what? We're unplugging this era. You know, like.
But no, yeah. If you fight Vegeta with Trunks, Vegeta will be like, he says something where he's like, "I'll take you out for ice cream if you land a hit on me." And then Goten goes, "Really? No cap?"
Oh my god.
And people aren't into it.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm not into that because it's the wrong IP.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like also like it's place and time, right? Because like this is a story about two like high schoolers in
Yeah.
modern day.
Yeah.
You know, like that makes sense. Like fucking Trunks is a future alien baby on a different planet. You know, weird.
Yeah, that'd be like, it's like if in Dragon Ball Daima, they're like, you gotta unlock a new type of fusion. If you guys hit the gritty at the exact same point.
They're just like you're not swinging your arms correctly, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
They're like, yeah, the new fusion dance is actually just
yeah. You gotta be Vajojo.
yeah.
You gotta-
Oh, what? Stop hitting my shit. But my first note was they did my boy Ken dirty because when he gets lit on fire, his hair is actually kind of dope.
Yeah, the fro,
in the
I liked
manga,
it.
he gets like a low taper fey fro, and like it's like look at him. Just scroll forward in the manga a little bit. That's all like the moments when his hair is burned.
Gets a low taper.
Like literally, he gets a low taper fade. He just gets like a low tapered fade fro.
Yeah, he does look fresh.
Yeah. And so, but they gave him like the old lady perm.
Yeah.
And then like his hair eventually like turns into like what will be his end game hair.
Yeah.
Like once he gets like this and like gets like, I don't know, like his like wavy hair.
He got like a
He gets a glow up.
a douchebag TikToker hairstyle.
Yeah, he
though.
gets a glow up.
It looks like that kid who got shot from a prank. And then
the
lived, and
guy who was like playing the sound.
he was like pranking someone, and the dude shot him.
Yeah.
And then
The jury said that the guy was justified.
yeah, and then he went on to continue pranking.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he's still pranking to
God,
this day.
I hope he gets shot worse.
I also hope somebody shoots
yeah,
him.
like I genuinely couldn't give it. Like I have the least amount of sympathy.
He's like one of those guys where it's like a weird like it's like a perm, but it waves.
Yeah.
In the top.
Yeah,
Anyway,
perms. Well, that's like another thing about like them like being young. Like, perms are super back.
yeah, perms are back. Shooting kids is back.
Yeah, absolutely. We're double tapping nowadays, baby.
Yeah. But like how the message anyone got out of that situation was if you shoot somebody, make sure you do it again.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
But
I probably would have gone to jail if you fired a second time.
that's
Yeah. You're like you're not defending yourself at that point.
yeah. But you're defending society.
Absolutely, from fucking a prank guy.
Yeah. 1 shot is self-defense, 2 shots is a martyr.
Man, because here's my thing, right? If like, there's been a legal precedent, the only reason that guy got any like jail time or like fines or anything like that is because he wasn't supposed to like have a gun.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't supposed to have a gun in that area or something. Like,
Yeah.
man, if you're a guy who's carrying and you see that dude,
Just on side. Wait for a prank,
I
though.
let myself get pranked. You know,
Yeah.
and then just
Nick, you're just going up to him like, want to prank me? I'm so
Frank
pranky.
Papa. See you later, fucking loser. Yeah,
Anyway.
so I said he actually looks like in the manga puffed up, black and white CG. What is this? Uzumaki. And then there I said there's Ken's form. And then I said the dub cast is so good.
The dub cast is great.
The dub cast is like some of the best I've ever heard. It's really good.
The bit where they're really funny.
Yeah.
The bit where the big ghost is like on fire, I was like, did they just like show me a scan of the manga?
Yeah.
Because it's black and white and it's a still frame and they're just like going up it. And I'm like, is this just the manga?
Actually, it might be. It might be. I love one of my favorite moments in this entire manga has already happened. Fuck, what's her name? I know Ken's name, and now I'm forgetting her name. But the moment where she's just punched into the wall and she's just like standing there like a chopstick, like punched into the wall, is one of my favorite moments. But yeah, it's a great this right here.
Yeah.
That scan, yeah, that literal exact scan. Fuck, what's her name? Why am I spacing her name? That's embarrassing. Anyways, like her just being like punched into the wall. Yeah. Great, love it. It's like a Yamcha moment.
How do you feel about her?
What do you mean?
Like, what are your thoughts?
I think the mangaka loves her.
But like, as a character, what do you think about her?
She's fine. She gets a lot better.
I think she's a bitch.
She gets a lot better. So there's like, she is kind of like, okay, actually, no, unpack that for me, please.
Ken's going through a lot.
Ken is going through a lot, yeah.
And she's not
She also like,
respectful
got
of
like
that.
sexually assaulted by aliens like 12 hours ago.
Yeah, but she's like, always like, will you just save me already? It's like, hey, he's kind of going through something
Yeah, I mean,
right
he's
now.
also, he's like being affected. He's like cursed by Turbo Granny and he doesn't have his dick and balls.
He was also sexually assaulted.
That's true. He doesn't have his dick and balls.
Yeah, he
you're
has
right.
no dick and
Yeah, you're
balls.
right. It is kind of a net negative or a net neutral on the essay.
And she's constantly like, oh, it's such a pain keeping the Grammy away.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, it's such a pain having
the
Grammy
granny
inside
in
me.
Yeah, true. And like literally all she has to do is use her like spirit hand to hold the curse inside of him and suppress it. She gets a lot better. It's like they start butting heads and then like there's like she like realizes that she really appreciates his time, like who he is as a person, and then she's like, oh, all I want to do is talk to Ken. She gets really sweet.
Yeah. There was just a time when he's like, I'll leave you alone because all I'm doing is hurting you. And she's like, you idiot. This is why you don't have any friends. Because you just assume things about people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, he's probably just being polite. You got his dick stolen.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't want to hang
You sent him
out.
to go race a woman who can run hundreds of kilometers an hour, and what was on the line was his penis.
Yeah. And then he's like, she says all that. She's like, that's why you don't have any friends. And then he shuts down and doesn't talk. And she's like, hey, say something. Poke, poke. And then he goes, bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking repartee, baby.
Yeah, dude, Ken rules, and he needs a better friend.
They're great. They're like absolutely fantastic. They don't like really start doing a romance thing with them until like it'll be like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But like it's like for the moment they're just friends.
They like don't need to. I'm so fine with them being friends.
It's too bad. It's a romance anime. It's like fully a romance anime. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked the episode. It's still fun, still good. The form's good. It's funny because he's like, there's a bit, and I did my whole reaction on this, but like the sumo like hits him, he like claps him, and then he like rips all of his fingers off, and he's like, man, I dodged that without even thinking. Didn't dodge it.
No.
Just stood there and ripped his fingers off.
Yeah, you cut fingers off. That was like, but he was like, I want to die, you know, and he's just like, oh well, a body keeps keeping me alive, which you know, relatable. My goodness.
Is this his final form? Yeah.
No.
Okay. I was just wondering.
There's 170 chapters in the manga, Dan.
Well, I was just wondering.
2 chapters in.
Well, because right now they're like on a mission to like get the granny out of him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the other thing. The end of this episode.
Yep.
Awesome.
What, the cat with the
No.
Oh.
Obviously not the cat.
You don't like the cat? Oh,
That's my least favorite
You're gonna
thing.
love the cat. Hey, you never watched Bleach. You never watched Bleach, you son of a bitch.
I know the little guy.
Chimera Dragon. What's his fucking name? Oh God.
The weird like orange guy.
Yeah.
He's a little lion.
He's like Excalibur in Bleach. Every time you see him, you're like, oh, we're doing a filler episode.
Oh no.
Like every single time, you're like, we're doing a filler episode.
Yeah. It's not that I don't like the cat. I like every time that happens, I'm like, I thought they were like memeing on us. Like it's not a character that'll show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's a character that'll show up.
Got you.
Yeah.
I like it better if they're just like, because the show's really dark.
I guess.
It's pretty
Kind
intense.
of.
It's pretty.
It's like a comedy. I consider it like a comedy romance anime, but yeah.
It's funny. It's
Yeah.
a comedy, but it's like they're going through shit.
Oh, absolutely. Like they're traumatized.
It's if Berserk was a comedy. Like
Yes.
it's still crazy shit.
Yeah.
But like
Who'd Griffith be?
in this,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like,
Granny?
yeah,
The person they thought they could trust. Yeah.
yeah, probably Turbo Granny. And Guts is Casca.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But or no, Guts is the girl. I
Yeah.
mean, fucking. Oh, the ending is so sick because she passes out.
Yeah.
And then he starts getting possessed, and it's in like first person, and it's so scary.
Yeah.
Like if I saw
You
that,
see his bones cracking.
his bones crack, and you're like in his mouth, and like when I was a kid, I used to be so afraid anytime an episode ended on like the villains win
Yeah.
or like to be or like the end question mark. This would have scared the piss out of me. as a
You'd be like,
kid.
oh, it's over. 2 episodes in, the show's over.
Yeah, I never would have watched
You're about to
another
be
episode.
introduced to the hottest grandmother in the history of grandmothers.
Turbo Granny?
Ironically, no. Second, different kind of grandmother, but yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna let you recant this if hottest grandmother in the history of anime, or is the Grammy from moving Castle in the Sky?
Sophie?
No, the granny from Castle in the Sky.
Oh, Castle in the Sky. Oh, the fucking pirate woman?
Yeah.
No, like, I want her as a mother.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to fuck the pirate woman.
I'd fuck the pirate
Oh,
woman.
listen, okay. You know, maybe like 2-3 bottles of red wine. She's telling me stories about how she just robbed this giant plane. I'm attracted to power.
Yeah.
You know, I've never slept with an older
She's
woman.
this, you know?
She's as Rosie the Riveter as it gets.
Yeah.
Maybe she liquors me up a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? What a story this will be.
Yeah.
But no, this granny, like, can I show you her?
Sure.
You've actually already
Well,
seen her.
actually, no, because I'm reacting to this, so
Oh, so you want to?
I gotta do a big.
So you want to be
awooga.
like, oh, ooga.
yeah, I gotta do a big awooga.
You're gonna awooga so hard.
right.
This mangaka, he
He likes them older.
he just likes ladies. You know, I don't even know if this mangaka is a woman or a man. I'm assuming a man based off, just how sexualized what is her name, dude?
It's funny. How do you feel about? There's been some discourse
okay. Unpack it for me.
with episode 1.
Yep.
With the like alien abduction scene.
Yep.
Because it's definitely gratuitous and it's definitely over sexual.
Yes.
Obviously, like the camera angles are crazy. But everyone's focusing on that, and nobody focuses on the fact that the boy was also sexually assaulted and had his genitals stolen.
Yeah, so like it's because I think the thing is people are like, oh, because like it's like she's strapped down, she's stripped naked, and his essay event is like him running and losing a race.
Yeah.
And because of that, like his dick and balls are gone.
Right.
You know, and so like hers is much more like, oh, we can conceptualize what that looks like because that is something that could happen to somebody in the real world, while like he loses a race and loses his balls.
Right. Yeah.
You know? And it's like, oh, because like nobody wants to watch Turbo Granny, like, you know, like be like what I would do in prison the second somebody was like time for a sucky and just like bite his dick off.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was wondering where that was
I was
headed.
building my way there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too pretty for prison.
Well,
I'd be a biter. I'd be taking shit off.
here's the thing, though, about biting a dick off.
Yep.
I'd be afraid of swallowing it. Like, how deep onto the dick do you get before you bite?
That is kind of
what I'm
I feel like that's an experience thing, right? Because I have a gag reflex. I'll tell you that right now.
That's true.
So probably not too far.
I didn't say that's true as in I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I meant I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You wanna
My that's true just incriminated me in any way that like you want it to.
especially considering the fact that we literally just did a blowjob bit in our video 2
Yeah.
videos ago. So yeah, that's
True.
good. We're just confirming there's just more fanfic being written by the hour here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's definitely like she is, especially in episode 2, right? Like he walks in on her changing and all that, and that's not going to change. There's always going to be like there's like some overt sexualization of her pretty much throughout the entirety of the manga.
Which sucks.
It's not great.
Yeah.
That's manga, baby.
Yeah, that's manga
That's
for ya.
that's manga.
Yeah, it
Unfortunately,
sucks.
it's a fun story. Like, yeah, like it's like, is that a detractor? Absolutely, but it's a fun story.
Well, it's interesting because like when it comes to anime and manga, most of it is like that in Japan, they're just cool with sexualizing teenagers,
Yeah.
which is whatever. sucks for sure.
Yeah.
But it's also interesting because I feel like I wonder if part of it is the fact that like a school is just such a more interesting location and setting and like, you know what I mean? Like there's
Psycho ISA. I cannot believe we didn't remember that.
Huh?
Psycho ISA, that's her name.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't remember that.
Yeah, that being said, you're only 2 episodes
Yeah.
into it. I'm the one who should have remembered it.
But no, like, high school setting and like teenage years, like that's such a perfect time for like conflict and for like coming of age narratives and themes. And a school is perfect for like, you know, like classes.
Well, it's something everybody can relate to.
It's something everyone can relate to, and a school setting like allows for like, oh, if they're superhero.
It's Momo ISA. Psycho's her grandmother.
Can I just?
I'm sorry.
The way I don't give a shit about her name. But like, if it's like a magic school or a wizard school or whatever, like everyone's gonna be inherently interested in seeing like what those classes are. You could do a tournament. There's just so much more interesting possibilities if you do a high school setting than if you make your characters like 26. And in that, people also want to do like romance and stuff like that. You can do romance without sexualizing, like obviously.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's also just like an unfortunate factor of that where they're like, obviously we're going to do a school thing, but like also sex sells, so they're hot.
I also don't like, I don't feel like if you ever want to like tell a romantic story about like 2 kids in high school, fucking yeah, absolutely. Like that's like totally above board.
Yeah,
like,
that's not
like
the issue.
I had girlfriends in high school. I can relate to like, oh, a high school relationship, that kind of thing.
But don't be like, man, look at those legs.
Look at those young, supple, like big old, still growing boobs. You know, it's like, so apparently they're both in their first year of high school, which would make them 16 to 17 years
14.
old. No, not in Japan. Different structure. They do more years in middle school.
How fucking long? How many years in high school are you?
They only do 3 years of high school, I think. They do 3 years. They do like 5. Yeah.
Well, if you do 3 years and you leave high school, what age do they leave high school?
I think 18.
Well, then, so they're probably
16, I think is like what, like they're 16. It's also, and I'm not making this point to back it up, but like the age of consent is 16 in Japan.
Yeah.
And so like most people in Japan are like, oh, not cool. Like most people in Japan are still like, there's an entire bit about this in Oshinoko where it's like, hey, like I'll consider marrying you when you're 16, this kind of thing. And it's like yes, that's accepted like legally, but like everyone would frown upon it. Like if I can wait until they're 18 at least.
Yeah.
But some people like they're just like the law's the law, and you're like, well, let's change it.
There should be like a sliding scale.
Oh, like you are X amount older?
Yeah, well, because people are fucking at 16.
Oh yeah.
And as long as
I
it's
was fucking at 15.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
But like people are fucking at 16, and as long like if that wasn't so stigmatized, like then safe sex would be more encouraged. And then it's like it's fine if like 16-year-olds are like practicing safe sex with other 16-year-olds and
With other
shit.
32 to 34-year-olds.
With grown adults who know safe sex. But like, because everyone in high school is fucking. Well, not everyone.
Not everyone.
Not me.
Dorothy didn't have her first kiss until she was 18.
Yeah, I didn't fuck till I was like 19.
Really?
Yeah.
Danny, my first girlfriend cheated on me at 12 and lost her virginity.
Wow, you got me. What a win.
Yeah, look at dubs in the chat, baby. Holy shit. Yeah, no, so it's a slippery slope.
Yeah. But I just mean destigmatize safe sex and sex ed. Yeah.
The thing is like, and that's like, you see this all throughout like more like Christian, like country or like states where they're like, hey, just don't fuck it all. Yeah. And it's like the amount of like not childhood, but like teenage pregnancies, teenage STDs. It's like, like the more knowledge and like you have about it, the less stigmatized it is, the more willing you are to like actually practice it safely. Yeah.
The more access to like contraceptives, you know, like, but so that's our
keep Planned Parenthood funded fucking PSA, and if you didn't like it, you can suck our dick from behind.
But yeah, loved. Everyone was like, this episode's way better, but I think people misconstrued my like over the top reactions as I didn't like the first one.
Gotcha.
First one's fun.
First one's a lot of fun.
First one's a blast.
This one's less long focused, you know?
Yeah, which is good.
The less focus we are on like the penises, the better, I'd say.
I want more out of his form, and I know obviously I'll get it.
You'll get it, yeah.
Like he's doing a Deku thing.
Takes a while.
But, well, exactly. That's why I was like, this episode's good. Love the form. Love like the episode itself. but it like edged me on the form.
Oh.
Like,
Look at you using vernacular.
oh yeah.
You're jargoning me.
I love an edging.
Yeah?
Don't. No.
Never even, like, I'm not, get it done.
Get it done.
Let's work through it here. What am I waiting on here?
Wow, man of the people.
I
Just
love
Nick,
it, dude.
get it done, Connor.
I listen, and this is in my relationship. Sex is all about efficiency. All right, you know, we both reached the finish line, and we're like, "Good job! All right, let's go watch TV."
Yeah, the other day I was like shouldn't share this story, but the other day I had like a lot of stuff like scheduled
I
and
was
to
having
do.
a lot of sex.
Well, I was like, I had a lot to do, and like we woke up, and Sarah and I are doing our like wake up like cuddle time. We're just like talking and stuff. And then I'm like, but in the back of my head, I'm like, all right, I got these shows to watch for the podcast. I want to record this. And
my wake up cuddle time is 12 minutes max. Dude, I'm like, 10 minutes in, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking claw my eyes out. Not because I don't love Dorothy and spend time with her, but like if it's a work day, I'm like, I need to get up.
Yeah. I was like into this, like at this speed and in this like amount of rambling. Like, so Sarah's like on her phone going through TikTok. She'd been doing that for like a minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if she's going to keep doing this, I could watch a show for the pod, or I could do this and that. And so I turned to her and I was like, hey, do you think you're going to keep being on TikTok for a while? Because if it's like 20 minutes, then I could play my game on my phone, or I could watch a show, or if you wanted to have sex, then we should probably have sex now so that we can get to brunch on time.
Yeah, that's just love, baby. That's love if I've ever. Listen, we could fit in.
She was pissed.
We could fit in video game time, anime time, or you know, if like you want me to throw you. You're literally Momo's boyfriend from the first episode. You're like, if you're gonna put out, fucking do it already.
Yeah.
Like let's pick it up here.
I was like, well, no, I mean, like, I'm fully excited to do all those things. I just want to know, you know, I don't want to get like 5 minutes into my game and then you're ready to have sex. And I'm like, well, I got 15 minutes of the game and then we've missed brunch.
I have 3 options of equal importance. There's the video game, there's anime, and then there's our physical relationship.
Yeah.
You're a fucking monster.
I just needed to.
The way you don't deserve that woman. The way.
No, she wasn't pissed. She was just like, I've just never woken up to such a schedule. I was like, we can get everything done if we start now.
Listen, I got blocked in for 15 minutes here. All right, so let's fucking pick it up here.
I got appointments to make.
Yeah, listen, every second we keep talking, that's a minute out of foreplay. So let's get it rolling here. All right, you want to talk about My Hero?
Yeah, I guess.
Season finale, baby.
What a random ass. The last like 5 episodes
Could have been
like,
the season finale.
Yeah, I'm just on my seat, like on the edge of my seat, being like, are we done?
Yeah.
Is this it? And then at the end of this one, it's like, to be continued in the final season.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, now?
Let me tell you right now, we're back. My Hero's back.
It would have been back last week if you fucking watched it.
I did watch it, kind of.
You watched the...
Okay, first off, the most important part of the Toga fucking Otaku fight happened this episode, so don't even.
They redid it.
Well, what do you... No.
Oh, what? Where she...
Gives all of her blood to Otaku?
Yeah.
We're talking about the season finale of season... Seven.
Yes,
Definitely
it is 7. Of My Hero Academia. No, because, I love the bit where Toga's like, do I have a cute smile? And she looks like fucking Stitch.
Yep.
And Ochako lies to her face and is like, the cutest in the world.
She does have kind of a cute smile.
She looks like Stitch.
She's got a good smile. No, she's got a better smile than me. You can tell she's smiling.
I guess so. Dude, that's still the best episode.
This moment to this day, like this moment made everybody ship Ochaku and Toga so hard.
It made me ship them.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, dude, they have way more chemistry and a connection than her and Deku.
Stays that way.
Yeah.
Stays that way for pretty much the entire story.
Dude, even after this episode, we'll get into the notes.
Yep.
Last episode was the best one of the season.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy that you would watch Iron Might and even think that. Iron Might is so incredibly hype. How dare you?
I'll get into it.
I think we can both agree. MHA is back, though.
Also, you keep fucking spoiling My Hero for me.
What do you mean?
You've been saying Iron Might for the past, several weeks.
Because I kept thinking that we were getting to Iron Might. I forgot how far Iron Might was.
Just stop saying it.
You don't know what Iron Might means.
It's so obvious.
Iron Might could mean anything.
It so couldn't.
No.
It was so obvious because months ago, you were like, all I'm going to say is a character we haven't seen come back in a while, came back in My Hero, in the manga. And I was like, oh, that's All Might.
Yep.
And then you keep being like, Iron Might's coming. And I'm like, well, he's not getting his quirk back. Probably gets a suit.
Why would he get his quirk back?
Yeah, but I'm saying you spoiled it.
I love Iron Might.
I know.
You're not gonna bring me down here.
Yeah.
You're not gonna bring me down.
I'm
right
just saying, please stop spoiling
I'm right
shit.
on. I won't. I refuse.
For me, your co-host.
Then read the manga, Dan.
No.
Read the manga. So wow. So first note, how does the best CG of the week go to Bones?
What part?
Iron Mite equipping his suit, all CG, looked clean as fuck.
Oh, did
Did
you see a flash to black as if it's like handed off to like a cutscene? Like you went from video game to cutscene?
Oh yeah,
It did a little flash of black. And I was like, oh, this is like a different studio. They just handed this to.
Absolutely, dude. They did such a good job with this episode.
That was cool.
I guess that's like why some of the other, like the last 4 episodes of this season have been like peak MHA content. Like between the Toga fight, between the end of the Dobby fight, and the, like Iron Mite, peak MHA content.
Yeah.
Like, I'd put these 4 episodes up against pretty much any 4 episodes at MHA, and I'm so happy about it because literally 4 weeks ago, before this like run started, we were like, just put it out of its misery. We're like, we love this story and we want to see the end of it, but like, my God, are we watching this out of obligation? I like had the biggest grin on my face this entire week because I was like, we're back.
Really?
We're so back.
That's so interesting.
I'm so excited.
Wow.
I love how they did a really good job at the end of the Dobby fight. Toga versus Otakus, they did a really good job. I didn't cry, which I was surprised by.
Didn't watch it.
I did. I watched all. I'm caught up, Dan. I've seen it all. I didn't cry with Toga's death. And it was just like, I don't know. I just didn't feel it for some reason. But wow, am I excited to see this dubbed.
Oh, that was another thing you spoiled for me. Last week, I was like, dude, this episode's so great. Ochaka beats Toga. And you're like, oh, is this the one she dies in?
You said,
and I was
you're like, oh.
no. No, it's not. You did this for Bakugo. You did this for Toga.
Oh, well, Bakugo isn't actually.
That's what you spoiled.
Oh, really?
You were like, oh, is it when Endeavor restarts his heart after he dies? And I was like, no, he didn't even die yet.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I hate talking to you about My Hero.
It's every week I don't watch the episode.
Yeah,
I know.
like,
and I'm like, did this happen? I do need to stop.
Just be like, tell me explicitly what happened.
Yeah. Well, I was like, did they get to the end of their fight? And you were like, yes. And then I was like, oh, so Toga died.
Don't assume.
I shouldn't have assumed. I absolutely shouldn't have assumed. Yeah. But it's such a sweet moment.
Anyway,
it's so cute.
Yeah.
I love the ending of Toga's story. Her being like, I wish I had gone this route from the beginning. And being like, I wish I'd learned to like give blood to people. Like that would have been like, I could have like lived better that way. And you see like her, instead of like consuming the bird that like is like she ate as a kid, like giving it blood and it flying away. I thought that was so dope. I love the ending of her story. And even though I don't love that like Ochaku and her like are like, oh, we need to like connect over romance, I find that what they eventually come to as like 2 people becoming friends is really gorgeous and well written.
Yeah, it evolves.
Yes.
For sure. I love it's like maybe recency biased for sure. I'd have to rewatch the whole show, but like my favorite MHA content in a long time.
Yeah, it's very good.
The Toga Ochaka bit.
Yeah. How do you feel about Iron Mite?
So neutral.
How dare you? Dude, he's it's not even the Iron Mite that I love, it's his attitude.
That's what's weird.
How dare you?
He becomes a new character.
Yeah, dude, because he's antagonizing him.
Yeah, I guess so. First note I wrote, shit really do just be happening. Iron Mite so comes out of nowhere.
True, it absolutely comes out of nowhere. You know, so you saw the blonde girl in America, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's Shield. What's her fucking name? She's from one of the movies. There's a movie where there's like
the first movie where he goes to America?
Yeah, there's a
David.
David Shield. So his it's either David Cross or it's either Cross or Shield. I don't remember which. They go to America and he makes a suit and the suit gets stolen or something. And he's like, I made a friend in America. Because like technically all of the MHA movies are canon.
Right.
Because they keep introducing the characters from the movies. Like in a couple of in the final season, they'll show Rudy.
Stop.
It's just they're canon. Like it's like a flash.
Just stop.
They just I'm just saying they canonize the movies by showing the characters in the manga. That's it. And so like they canonize the existence of the first movie by showing the daughter who was like also like an American suit maker. And so like they kind of there was kind of hints that a suit could be made, but we didn't know if it was canon until Iron Mite.
Yeah. It's regardless of all that nonsense.
Yeah.
It comes so out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just he's there with a briefcase and then he's
Batmobile.
like and his Batmobile and then now he's like I'm Iron Man now.
Yeah.
So I was like so that happened and I was like it looks great. It looks cool. But like in terms of a full season where shit was just happening, I was just again like okay,
how did that not come on? Fucking All Might comes back onto the stage, battles against All for One in an augmentable Iron Man suit, firing off his car. He's using Class 1A's quirks. That doesn't move the meter of hype for you.
It's like as cool as like Shoto inventing phosphorus on the spot.
That's just it.
It's as cool as Deku fucking combining all of his quirks and doing his little like car thing on the spot.
No.
It's as cool
It's so much better than both of those moments.
It's as cool as everybody spontaneously doing a thing.
It's better because it's All Might. It's better than Deku. It's better than Shoto.
I don't really give a shit about All Might.
Why?
Even when he fights, everyone loves his fight against All for One in like season 3.
Yeah.
It's like so fine for me. The coolest part about that bit is when Baku goes flying through the sky and they do that like hand grab.
So United States Smash does nothing for you?
No, I really don't care about All Might.
One of the best moments in all of anime ever.
No, it's really fine. Because Deku's constantly doing a big punch. It's just another big punch.
Yeah, but All Might's cooler.
No, he isn't.
Yeah, he's the symbol of peace. Deku's entire plot, the entire reasoning in the story is that he's not strong enough to be the symbol of peace, and so he needs to lean on the other people around him. But All Might never needed that. He was a symbol of peace for 40 fucking years.
Yeah, Deku's cooler because we see him go from scared bitch to fucking dope-ass confident dude.
All Might's cooler because
that
it's Sisyphus. We see the falling of a character. It's Icarus. He gets as close to the sun as possible, and then he loses all of his power by defending the earth.
He's definitely cool, but it's not like, oh, you haven't seen the Owl House, so it doesn't count.
I haven't seen your Tumblr TV show.
It's not as cool seeing All Might do United States of Smash by season 3 because it's just another thing Deku's been doing already from a character not as cool as Deku.
You're ignoring the context, you rube!
If All for One, like, or if All Might, like, did something, like, fucking crazy that it's like, oh, that's what Deku can one day do, that'd be different. If we saw him use All for One in a way that was, like...
It's one for all. It's one for all.
One for all. If we saw him use it in a way that was, like, leagues beyond what Deku's currently capable of, that'd be rad.
It always is.
Just a big punch.
But it's a bigger punch that Deku could do. And also, it's him giving up One for All. It's the last embers of One for All shifted into his right arm and expended on All for One fucking chest.
Also, they ruined it because I think the movie came out before that happened.
2, 3,
1.
No.
I think the first movie came out. I'll look it up because I'll recede if that's not true. But I think that movie came out where All for One comes back and does his big smash with Deku. United States Smash is just a punch. It's so not...
What's wrong with just a punch?
What's great about it?
I don't know, the animation, the context, the voice acting.
Deku's already been doing that shit.
It doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Fucking Luffy's been stretching his body for 1,000 episodes. I still think it's cool when he does, like, a new version of it.
That's like seeing Shoto do Phosphorus, and then Dobby does Phosphorus, and you're like, whoa, Dobby's doing Phosphorus?
Why are you comparing it to the least hype moments in this entire... All right, no. It's like watching...
Because it's one of the least hype moments in the show.
I still like watching Ichigo yell, Bankai!
Because Ichigo's the fucking protagonist. We saw him grow.
All Might's basically the protagonist.
No.
Yes.
No.
He's one of them.
All Might's just big Deku. All for One for All is hardly an interesting power. What makes it interesting is that Deku uses it in a clever way. Seeing him turn it into a ranged attack, seeing him break his bones with it, that's interesting. Seeing a big guy do a big punch is not cool.
That's absolutely cool. No. That's cool as shit. It's literally, you're explaining JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I don't know. We both don't like that show.
That's fair. You're very fair. You're a fucking monster. Everyone loves All Might.
He's fine.
I love Iron Man.
And then this shit just came out of nowhere. And it's like, oh, more out of nowhere shit. It was cool.
He's been driving around the car for the entire season.
It's a fucking, who cares?
The car's got a machine gun in it. We've seen him use the car. And then he's like, oh, the entire thing. He's using everybody's quirks. Mm-hmm. He's using Tokoyami's capes. He's using Sero's tape. He's like injecting All for One with fucking Pinky's acid.
Okay.
How does that not move the meter for you?
It was just so fine. Because it's just random. The whole season is just too random. That's the issue. Everyone's just doing random shit. It's not earned. I can't believe...
That's fair. It is not earned.
I can't believe 7 seasons in, this shit feels unearned.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're right. Everyone does just kind of get a thing. Even Achaku in her battle against Toga, she's like, everyone's like, oh, I thought she could only lift 3 tons of stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, now she can do it.
Yeah, this girl's just been training like crazy. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. I would have loved to see or appreciate any of that training. Like, it's like, I think Horikoshi does a really good job of not making, like, this is a thing with Boruto. Everyone's like, oh, everyone's just, like, getting new powers and getting too powerful. Horikoshi does a really good job of making sure every uptick in power up until this season feels as though it's heavily earned. Not with this season. Yeah. Everybody's just way stronger.
Everyone's just doing shit.
Yeah.
They said Bankai.
Oh, they did. Yes. Yeah. You can't yell it out like you're yelling out Bankai.
Which is funny. And I wrote, even MHA wants me to watch Bleach.
Yeah.
I wrote, Iron Might is super cool, but what the fuck am I watching? It's just a bunch of nonsense.
It's not a bunch of nonsense. It's a teacher using the quirks of his ability. Like, it's like,
that is cool.
You're not realizing the connection. All right, because, all right, sit down. Shut up.
Should I stand then?
Shut the fuck up. All right, so Deku's entire thing is that he's not strong enough to be the symbol of peace. And so he needs to rely on the rest of Class 1A to back him up because he's not strong enough to be against All for One and Shigaraki. All Might was symbol of peace for a long time. He was strong enough. He didn't need to rely on anybody, and that was the beauty of him. But because of that, he was in a very precarious situation because if he ever got weaker, the entirety of Hero Society would collapse. He's now weaker. But what he's now doing is relying on the power of Class 1A to make up for his weakness, like Deku. He's learning from the kid he taught.
Yeah, that's cool. All of that's great in concept and in theory. In execution, it comes off as random nonsense, like the rest of this season.
MHA's back.
MHA's back. I wrote... Oh, it's funny when All for One combines quirks and it's just a laser beam.
It's a laser beam every time. He's like Springify plus Rebound plus Rivet Stab, and it's just a giant fucking yellow laser.
Yeah, you go Springify plus Brawn Boost plus Air Cannon plus Rivet Stab plus Dark Ball, and then he just shoots a laser.
It's the same goddamn... And like, All Might's like, wow, that was a sloppy combination. It's like, hey, buddy, he's been doing this for fucking 100 years.
Yeah.
He's just shooting laser beams.
I wrote, All Might losing his fucking mind feels kind of out of character.
Oh, come on. He's not losing his mind. He's baiting him.
Yeah.
You know, like the line, I've never entered a fight thinking I was going to lose.
Yeah, I like that.
Or like his like laugh. I'm so excited to see this dubbed.
I was also, that's what was like, so I told you this season's had like a disconnect for me because I watched the whole show in dub and then now I have to watch it in sub. This was an episode where I was like, I like can't imagine it in dub. Like I need to see it. Like because All Might's just never behaved this way.
I guess, yeah.
So I'm like, I wonder what this is gonna look like, and maybe that'll feel more natural to me.
Oh, I mean, I still think that All Might's Japanese voice actor did a fucking incredible job.
He did a great job. It's just like I said, this is literally the equivalent of watching a new show because I watched 6 seasons in English.
Yeah, now we're in episode 150 if you're watching in sub.
They recast everybody in Japanese.
That's my fucking fear with One Piece. All right, fine. You hate MHA and you hate all of its fans, and you want them all to know that.
Yeah, that's gonna be the comments for sure. There's no nuance.
No, not a singular ounce of it.
I wrote, how dare this show cut to a pair of floating gloves? So there's a bit where he's like, all of my students fought to get me here, and it's showing them, and they're all like battered and fucked up. And there's just a pair of floating gloves. Yeah, I'm like, don't cut to her.
Oh, wait until they'll start showing her at some point, and boy, oh boy, is she not wearing clothes.
Yeah, she just wears the gloves. So she never wears clothes, right?
Well, if she's like she wears clothes like when she goes to class, but when she's fighting, she's naked.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Whatever.
That's awesome. It's so good for everybody.
It seems like the benefits of being invisible don't outweigh the benefits of getting just battered on your naked body.
Dude, I'm getting punched in the nipple, in the raw nipple.
Dude, give her a gun. Make her naked, give her a gun.
Give
everyone a gun. That's so fair.
Give more people guns.
There's so many quirks that... What are quirks that could beat guns?
Quirks that could beat guns?
Yeah.
Hardening.
Kirishima.
Yep.
Gun doesn't work on.
Warp gate.
Yeah.
I would say.
But do you think...
Kamui Woods.
Kamui Woods, that's good.
Yeah.
I agree. Any, like, big one?
Dragon.
Yeah. Dragon. Mountain Lady's probably good.
You do a fucking surface to air missile to Mountain Lady's face, and she's gone.
Yeah, I don't know how durable she is.
Yeah, but not durable enough to take a fucking missile like a Moab to the face. True. You know, like that's gonna be the end of her.
But like, because I feel like Baku goes fast enough that he could probably dodge a gun.
Oh, he could absolutely outspeed a bullet. Yeah. Most people in this story could outspeed a bullet.
I don't know though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he could beat Deku with a gun.
You could beat Deku with a gun? No.
All of, like, just big punch Deku.
I hate to be that guy, but also, like, durability is a thing we have to take into account here. Like Deku, like, a gun isn't going to be able to injure Deku. A gun wouldn't injure Deku. Like, the bullets
He's
would
not
bounce off him.
no.
Yes.
He doesn't have that kind of
He
durability.
does have that kind of durability.
No.
Yes.
How,
All Might, him, Shigaraki, all for one, bullets would bounce off them.
why do you think that?
They're durable, like they're like island level durable by the end of the story.
I don't think so.
I've read the manga.
I don't think they are.
Dude, yes, they are. Like the fact that they're able to take punches from each other, like the fact that like All for One is able to take a punch from All for One's able to take a punch from full powered All Might and survive.
Yeah,
All Might could wipe out an entire city block with a punch.
I guess so. I guess his bones literally get stronger with his power.
Yes,
Yeah. Can Bakugo take a bullet?
probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is, do they have like ki? You know, what's
No.
making them durable?
No, that's fair. No,
Momo, done by a gun.
well, I mean, she could build a shield.
Good build shield. Momo's not bad. Froppy, dead, right? Ochaka, dead.
Probably, yeah.
Unless we give everyone shields, but like give anybody a shield.
No, I'm
and
just talking about
that's-
the quirks. I'm not talking about
Yeah.
durability at this point. Durability is a fucking, I don't know, it's an exhausting topic.
Shigaraki, you could have killed a long time ago with a gun. That one teacher shot him in both kneecaps.
Yeah, I know.
Time.
Rock lock.
Shoot him in the head.
Fucking the guy whose entire quirk is gun. Yeah, shoot him in the head.
That dude,
Mm-hmm.
everything that's happening, I blame him.
Because he didn't finish off Shigaraki.
He had a shot.
Yeah.
He had 2 shots and he shot him in
A
the
lot of
knees.
people have had shots.
Yeah.
What about the electric dude who shocked Shigaraki back to life in the beginning of season 6?
Yeah.
Right? There's been tons of moments that we could have killed Shigaraki. That's kind of manga antagonists.
Yeah.
We've let All for One out of prison like 3 times.
That's true.
Like fucking, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Bury him deeper.
Yeah.
Kill him. Just kill him.
Kill all of them.
Just kill him.
Just kill all of them.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna tie him to a chair and like hope nobody gets to him? Just kill him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Batman doesn't have to kill him, but like the Justice Department could put Joker to sleep.
Yeah, put him in the chair.
Yeah, like
that's true. Yeah, put
right?
Joker on trial.
Everyone's always like mad at Batman. The Joker's breaking out of prison. It's like give him the lethal injection. Like just kill him. Like Batman doesn't have to kill. Batman he's a cop. He's not supposed to kill the people. He's supposed to get them to the justice system, and the justice system kills them.
Yeah.
Why is the justice system of Gotham not killed the Joker?
Why has nobody just burned down Arkham Asylum?
They do, but all the prisoners get out because they're stronger than fire.
That's true.
You know? Do you have a dog over there? Is that what you're petting, or are you just working one?
Just working.
You just
I'm like, oh, you're speaking my language over here.
we're gonna kill fucking Joker. All right, should we talk about our best boy?
Yeah.
Do you have a best boy?
Yeah.
What is it?
Orb and the Movements of the Earth.
Yo, Orb.
Yeah, new Netflix anime, 3 episodes out.
Nice.
Blew me away. Watched all 3 episodes in one sitting.
So it's like actually genuinely very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it keeps up quality, it's like Vinland Saga level good.
Holy shit.
Episode 3, crazy. Like Stank texted us and he was like, I haven't like needed the next episode of an anime to come out in a long time, and I feel the exact same way.
Really?
It's so nuts. It's literally about, don't read anything about it.
Okay.
Just the Netflix description spoils all the twists of the first 3 episodes.
Didn't Stank tell us that the world doesn't revolve around the sun or some shit?
No, so the plot that I can tell you without spoiling is that it takes place in like it says 14th century Kingdom of P, but it's like
Sure.
definitely I think
Just Europe.
it's definitely Europe and also definitely like Earth, like real history Earth.
Yeah.
But it's like highly Christian. Like there's a bit where like the main kid, he's like 14, very smart, very rational, loves astronomy. And there's a bit where he like answers a question right in class, and one of his classmates is like, "Oh, dude, like you're like a god," and the whole class like gets quiet, and the teacher is like, "You need to recant that sinful talk right now," and he's like, "Yes, sir." Like people are getting inquisitioned left and right. They're getting burned daily.
Hell yeah.
So it's very highly religious. And the running theory is that the universe revolves around the Earth. And he talks about how Aristotle proved that because of gravity. And so, like, since everything drops, because heavy objects fall down, the universe must be at the bottom and center of the universe.
The world, the Earth must be at the bottom.
Yeah, the Earth is at the bottom and center of the universe.
Okay.
And so he believes in that. And everyone believes in that. And then he's like, meets this guy who was like imprisoned for like being heretical and his like heretical research. And he's like, hey, by the way, it was recently released out of prison. And they're hanging out, and he's like, by the way, what was your heretical research? And he was like, I have proof. Or he's like, I want to prove that the universe or like our galaxy revolves around the sun.
Yeah.
And it blows this kid's mind. And like, that's all I'll tell you. It's like about
The
heliocentrism.
Yeah.
But what was so impressive is that like the end of episode 1 is like 10 minutes of this dude like dumping like exposition on like why he believes everything revolves around the sun.
Yeah.
And it's all information I already know. And I'm sitting there like the biggest anime twist is being revealed to me.
Yeah.
Like he's like, if everything doesn't revolve around the Earth, what moves in the galaxy? And he goes, the sun. Or like, he goes, the Earth does. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm like, this is gonna change everything.
He's cooking with gas over here.
Cooking. It's so well written. It's a hard recommend because it is very much like just an anime about people learning things
that
you
we know.
already know. But it's really fascinating. And it's fascinating, like, it's like you already know this shit, but what's fascinating is being like, how do people with like no real technology or no like electronic technology find this out?
Wait until you realize how we've known how big the Earth is and the fact that it's round since like the 1500s because a dude went into a well. Like a dude went into a well and measured the light that went into the well and got an extremely accurate like reading on how large the world was like 600 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like that shit, like the origins of all of this is really fascinating. And on top of that, there like episode 3 has a crazy twist. And so there's like, it's also following this like, Inquisitor, who's like a real like Hans Landa type of dude. Like he's just like loves torturing people.
Was that a JJBA season 2
No,
reference?
that's Inglorious Bastards.
Oh, gotcha.
But he's like just a real like he was like a mercenary turned Inquisitor, and he's really interesting. It's just like really compelling dramatic television, and you gotta check it out. It's great.
I actually don't have a best boy this week, but I guess it'll be you for that recommendation because I'm gonna watch it. Can I watch that instead of Daima?
No, you can watch that instead of Blue Lock.
I'm so close on Blue Lock. Like I'm really 2 bad episodes out. Like I'm like if they don't get their shit together, I'm so done.
There's also a show called like something mecha, and it's about like mecha arms.
Yeah, you saw the photo. I sent you the photo of all the seasonal anime.
Yeah.
You saw that. You're like, this looks sick as
It
hell.
looks dope. I'm gonna check that out.
Hell yeah. My flashback this week, though, is that One Piece is going on a hiatus until spring of 2025.
Good for it.
Which is
get out of my penis.
Technically the end of weekly anime.
Boruto's gone?
Boruto's gone on hiatus.
Wow.
One Piece is now going on hiatus. There is no longer, like, the idea of weekly anime no longer exists.
Conan. Detective Conan.
Does that still release weekly?
I was wondering.
Doraemon.
Doraemon.
I don't know if either of those still release. Yes, like, obviously, like, Japanese children's shows still release weekly.
But no, I know what you mean. That is crazy. Do you think they'll come back seasonal?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
I think they'll come back seasonal. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't believe it.
I think they're gonna release I think so. They're waiting until April 2025 for the rest of One Piece, and I'm gonna make a video talking to the death of weekly anime here, like after this podcast. But they're coming back April 2025, and Egghead Island is already. Yeah, swap batteries. So yeah, no, it's definitely like the death of. Sorry, my camera battery died. It's definitely the death of weekly anime. It's just like they're gonna come back in April 2025, and Egghead Island is already done in the manga. I don't know exactly how far into Egghead Island they are in the anime. Like I said, I'm at like episode 1075 right now. So I'm only like 50 or so episodes away from the end of the anime. But like I've talked about a couple times on the podcast, the anime was releasing faster than the manga. So the pacing was only going to get worse. And they've been putting a lot more effort into the animation. And I think people are like now beginning to like, oh, like this looks sick.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Toei is like, we want to keep it looking sick because the end of Egghead is like, you know, really important. It's really cool. And then after Egghead, they're going to Elbath, which is something we've been talking about for like 1,000 chapters. And so I think they're actually going to come back seasonal, especially with like, What's interesting, though, is like they're doing this at the weirdest possible fucking time.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, we're going to make One Piece seasonal while we release the One Piece, the seasonal readaptation of One Piece.
Yeah, the whole thing is like, if it's all good, and it probably will be, I mean, there's no reason it won't be good. But like, I don't know, man. It's weird. They're like milking it a little too hard. Like, finish the thing first.
What do you mean?
I'm like so sick of like the first couple arcs of One Piece already.
I guess, yeah. Like, Loge Town is not something that we need 4 separate times.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like I read it semi-recently, like 2 years ago. And then the live action happened, and then now fucking Wit's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm so sick of seeing all
I don't
on
need
Park.
to see Whiskey Peak
Yeah,
like this
like-
many fucking times. Like, Whiskey Peak is awful.
Exactly. It's just like, it's getting a little top heavy. I'd rather they be like, yo, One Piece spin-off is coming out than One Piece again. You know what? There's 3 fucking One Pieces.
Yeah, there is. And it's crazy to me. It's weird because 2 of the One Pieces are just at the beginning stages.
That's what I'm
And then
saying.
there's obviously One Piece with that like 1130 episodes right now. My thing is with the One Piece, right? Obviously, if they're putting if they're putting like wit, money, and time into it, they're never gonna catch. Like, actually, they might catch up. I don't know, but like at a certain point, at episode 1000, I don't think One Piece needs to be like everything pre 1000. I could see why you'd be like, oh, we need to like redo this. Post 1000 doesn't need to be redone. Like post 1000, fucking awesome.
I wonder if it would be like, I almost wonder, this would suck. Everyone would hate this because it would mean like you're not getting new One Piece content for like 10 years, maybe.
What?
I almost want them to stop the main anime and then be like, Wit's One Piece is the new One Piece, and then it'll catch up, and then like the event that would be when it finally like catches up and surpasses.
I guess.
It's just it's the thing that rubs me the wrong way is the fact that One Piece is still going. It's not done.
And it's already getting remade.
And it's getting remade. It's like doing the Harry Potter show. It's like, who asked for this? Why?
What Harry Potter show?
HBO is doing a Harry Potter live action series, like a remake, but it's a TV show.
Why would you?
That's what I'm saying about One Piece.
It's the same thing.
One Piece makes more sense because the pacing's whack.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Harry Potter is like, everyone's conventionally accepted. It's a very good adaptation.
yeah, exactly. It's for money.
It's
obviously.
money. Yeah. And sometimes it's just money.
Yeah.
One Piece definitely does need to be remade. But the irony is, pacing wise, the beginning of One Piece is probably the best the story's ever been paced.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's in like the first 200 episodes aren't going to be that different.
Yeah, well, but then it's like, if you're remaking it, it's for new people, obviously.
Yeah.
So it'd be weird to be like, which is actually also another part of your news, is that they're remaking, or they're redoing Fishman.
What do you mean?
You didn't see it? Or not? Yeah, Fishman Island. You didn't see the other part of that news?
What?
They're re-releasing Fishman Island.
What do you mean?
How can I explain this?
I don't know what you're at. Like, what do you mean re-releasing
like,
Fishman
they're
Island?
remaking Fishman Island.
Like the arc, the
Yes.
Fishman Island arc,
Yes.
which is at like episode 550.
Yes.
They're remaking that arc.
Yes.
Wit is?
No.
Toei is?
Yeah.
Why would they?
That was the other part of the news. Pull up Stank's news that he sent.
Oh, I got to the headline part of that article, and that is as far as I got.
My God. Dude, I can't. Are you kidding me, Nick?
What?
It's the second half of the headline.
Is it
Just
actually?
read the headline that Nick only read half of. One Piece anime announces hiatus, comma, newly edited Fishman Island arc.
I got to One Piece anime announces hiatus, and I was like, I gotta make a YouTube video about this.
I can't believe this is where you're getting your news from, people. We are the Fox News of fucking anime.
Of anime. Why the fuck do we need One Piece? Why do we need Fishman? This is the worst. This is the worst arc in One Piece.
I guess that's why they're doing it. And then I made a joke. I was like, oh, they're editing out Sanji.
That'd be great. Oh, that was your joke.
Yeah, just read the fucking thing.
I gotcha. I am so inundated with texts. Special 25th anniversary episode, which is set to premiere on October 20th. The episode will honor the enduring legacy of One Piece with a 30-minute ensemble depicting the reunion of the Straw Hat crew from the perspective of non-pirate characters, all taking place after the Summit War in the Sabaody Archipelago.
Okay, so here we go. The special edit version of the original Fishman Island arc presents Fishman Island in an abridged 21-episode story with enhanced contemporary visuals.
21 episodes?
Yeah.
It's like 50 to 60 oh my God.
And there's a key visual.
Yeah, I saw that.
I hate you.
Well, I saw that. I just reopened it. Yeah, the Fishman Island arc in One Piece is 62 episodes long.
Yeah.
They're doing it in 21. That is a third. That is a third as fast.
Dude, I keep telling you, they can condense this shit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're going to do 2 to 3 chapters an episode. They've been doing fucking 0.85 the entire...
But that's what I mean. It's so weird. Like, One Piece just needs to fucking finish being linear.
Yeah.
And now it's jumping all over the place.
One Piece with new gen pacing is 400 episodes long.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's nuts. Like, One Piece with MHA's pacing would be 400 episodes long.
But I'm just saying it's so weird that it's like, One Piece isn't done. The manga's not done.
Yeah.
They're remaking it. They did a live action version, and now they're redoing an arc.
Yeah.
That is the length of like a modern day season.
That's
of
also
anime.
just not a good arc. Like it's like even if you're like, oh hey, the manga, it's not good in the manga. Like it just nothing gets accomplished. It's literally the Fishman Island arc is what happens directly after the time skip, and the entire point of the fucking arc is to show how powerful everybody got during the time skip. That's it.
One Piece is just such a weird watch now. It's like, how do I watch One Piece? Oh, well, I guess you start at the beginning of the original anime, or you can watch the condensed movies to catch up. But if you start at the original anime, you work your way up. And then Fishman Island, you can either watch that or watch the abridged Fishman Island.
Or watch the fucking live action to get you all the way up to Whiskey Peak.
Yeah, exactly. Or fucking, you can watch the newly edited released Fishman where the visuals are randomly way better than the current anime.
Yeah.
And then go back to the other anime.
Oh, that is weird. Because, you're like,
It's
man.
Where does it slide? You just slide it right in?
Yeah, right after the time skip, you're like, oh, I guess I'll just pop over to this other random fucking 21 episode season.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm coming
It's a
around,
mess.
I'm coming around on it because what the fuck?
It's just messy. And,
Yeah.
if One Piece fans are eating and love it, good on them.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of it. That's fine. It's just, I'd so much rather they're like, again, it's not for me, but I'd so much rather if they were just like, yo, fucking One Piece spin-off show. What's Zoro Gaiden is coming out.
That'd be sick. They've also there's so many side characters that pop up all the time, like Bartolomeo and
give Smoker a show. Fuck it, he's like a bounty hunter.
Absolutely, Smoker's show would be sick. Give Garp a show. Many characters that pop up that we could absolutely focus on that would be interesting. Like fucking Kobe.
Yeah,
give Kobe a show.
Yeah,
wild.
Anyway,
that brings me, Danny, to our favorite episode, or that brings me, Danny, to our favorite segment of the podcast called Love Letters, where we pull our lovely live audience to ask us a question that we answer here live on the podcast. So if you ever wanted to watch the podcast live, get it 2 days early, or ask me and Dan a question that we answer live on the podcast, become a YouTube member or a Patreon member today. We also reacted to Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase, and we believe that should be out by the time this episode is out.
it's also the funniest thing we've ever made.
It's great.
It's a really fun time.
Yeah. So in the light of Sparking Zero's massive amount of success, Pinhead Larry asks, what's an anime that deserves a game, but will probably never get one?
Now I need to think.
You need to think?
I gotta think.
A lot of anime have already gotten games. Like JGBA has a game, One Punch Man has a game, JGK got a game, Naruto's got a game. One Piece actually has what I consider to be one of the better anime games. It's like an open world. One Piece Odyssey came out 2 years ago, which was pretty good. It just wasn't a platform fighter. I'm going to say it, though. I'd say the one anime that will never get a game, though, that probably deserves it, Saint Seiya. Going way, way back.
Wow.
Yeah, greatest transformations of all time. I was going to fly around in giant gold armor as a reincarnation of a god. I think that'd be really good. Because a lot of Hunter x Hunter has a game. So many of these anime IPF games. Demon Slayer has a game.
Yeah. I like how I was like, let's do the Sparking Zero one because it's topical. And you were like, good idea. Saint Seiya.
You know what's a good answer?
What?
Soul Eater.
I was gonna say Fire Force.
Ooh,
that's pretty.
Fire Force, but would it just be a fighter? They have a pretty big cast of characters, but
I mean, wouldn't Soul Eater also just be a fighter?
no, dude. Imagine Soul Eater. You're dropping you're an up and coming Meister, and you have to find your soul weapon and all of that.
Oh, that'd be
and it's
dope.
because it's a creepy vibe. It could be a good RPG where you run it as a Meister. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Dude, there aren't enough.
Give me Soul Eater, but with Bloodborne vibes.
There aren't enough. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's an incredible idea. There aren't enough anime RPGs where you make a character in the universe.
No.
And it's such an easy fucking win. Like, Hogwarts Legacy sold like nothing. Like, Hogwarts Legacy broke records. You've come out with a Naruto or a Dragon Ball game where you make your own Saiyan. I guess Xenoverse?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like RPG-esque.
No, it was a fighter.
Yeah, like, if you did that with Naruto, if you did that with, like, One Piece, where you join the Straw Hat crew.
Yeah. The worst part is that they exist, but only as fan-made games. So they're either in Roblox or they're reskinnings of like WoW Classic.
Yeah.
There's a WoW Classic reskinning MMORPG for Naruto that's actually pretty good.
Whoa.
I'm totally forgetting what it's called. I did a bunch of promo for it back when I was a Twitch streamer. But yeah, so like there's like it's only fan-made games, and like even those do pretty well.
Yeah.
So yeah. I guess Soul Eater, Fire Force?
Yeah, Soul Eater, Fire Force. I just want the mobility of Fire Force.
Castlevania.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd suck, though.
Yeah,
that'd
probably suck. But like, I don't know. I think as like an anime, I think Castlevania deserves a game.
There's this
dude, if they made an arcane game,
that'd be huge.
Dude, an arcane game would go
sick.
crazy.
That'd be sick. Dude, I was just going to say, new anime just came out called Tomb Raider. And I feel like that'd be dope. That's like an Indiana Jones game.
Let's not get ahead of it. But the Cyberpunk anime, I think, probably does deserve a game. You think so? No?
No.
I wouldn't want to play as David or any of them, but like...
I just feel like
I feel like the world is like, there's a lot to explore, right?
I just feel like it'd come out like a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Like just a busted, broken mess.
Because like, you know, it wouldn't be being animated by like, you know, Netflix and all that.
Yeah.
Like they probably give it to like some fucking like half-baked company like CD Projekt Red or something.
Yeah,
like
some
that.
indie
Yeah,
dev that hasn't made anything.
Like, it hasn't made some of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, that's all we got. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us for another week. We will see you next week. Danny wants to do podcasts on Monday from now on. We know our schedule's kind of been in flux recently. It's kind of like because of Anime IRL and the fact that Danny doesn't want to leave his house twice a week.
It'll either be Monday morning if I can get this to work, or it'll be
Fridays.
I thought it was Sunday night you want to do.
Oh, Sundays works as well. It genuinely depends if we're gonna keep watching Blue Lock.
Okay.
Like if we stop watching Blue Lock, we can do it Fridays.
Okay, because I mean Friday would be dope if we did like Anime IRL and this back to back, but we'll figure it out. I'll see if this works. I don't have high hopes because it's already 12:30, but
you can get back home. You're not gonna get any traffic. Get out of here.
I'll be fine.
Skedaddle.
I'll skedaddle.
All right, we love you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the